What's up, Lori? What's up, Alyssa? What's up, Barbie? No, there's no sound. I don't put sound on my I don't put sound on my advertisements anymore. Last time I did that, even though it was a royalty-free song, somehow I guess someone had bought it permanently or something, and then all my videos were getting flagged, so I just never did it again. But I hope you guys are having a great day. I just got out of the gym a little bit ago. I got my little chia seed water. Okay, good for digestion and hydration. And I'm ready to read some tarot. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I can't put the sound on there anymore. What's up, Dominic? It's really nice to see you. So any guys, any guys? Anyway, I hope that you guys are doing well. Welcome to All Signs. We're going to be taking a look at the good that is coming towards you for next week. Happy new moon in Cancer. Happy new moon to everybody, but especially the Cancer, sun, moons, rising, whatever placement you have in Cancer. It should be within reason a good one, although there are squares to Saturn and there are squares to Neptune, which is likely telling us that whatever new beginning that we're having, we have to make sure not to over idolize it, or we have to make sure that it's real. We have to make sure it's concrete, and it's important to take the long way home as opposed to any shortcuts because we will feel that. So, other than that, though, if you guys want to book a super chat question, then you can do so right here on the YouTube app. So today will not be Hipsy super chat questions. You will have to ask right in the app. However, the prices and things like that, they remain. Where are they? That's not it. Where is it? Is that it? There we go. Okay, that works. So there we go. What's up, Lone Star Pay? Oh my God. Wow. You were here back in like 2021, right? Wasn't it 2021? God, it's been so long. Oh my God. Wow, where have you been? Alrighty. Damn, I wish my chia seed water was ready. I drink coffee at night and then I get really upset because I don't understand why I can't sleep. And so I was scrolling around today and there was some fitness guy and who was like, yeah, stop drinking caffeine. You know, don't drink caffeine 8 hours before bed. And I'm like sitting here and I got like a full ass cup of coffee and I'm like, you know what? Let me just go ahead. I really don't need anything that is going to contribute to my already remaining sleep issues. So yeah, sorry that I'm doing this on Wednesday. Wednesdays are really bad days for going live for me personally. This is probably one of my worst days, but I wanted to go ahead and just do it because I didn't show up yesterday. I was having terrible insomnia on Monday night. I just was having the worst time getting to sleep. I just couldn't do it, and there was that weird sound coming from my downstairs neighbor or wherever the fuck it's coming from. And I couldn't sleep. And then I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll just hang out with my daughters today. Let me just chill out. Maybe we'll watch a movie. My youngest one ended up falling asleep, and then my oldest ended up watching Frozen 2 with me. And she's such a little chatterbox. She's such a Gemini, man. She's like, I know what happens next. And I'm like, okay, thank you. What's up, Tarot Troll? Um, but she loves to like let me know that she knows what's gonna happen next. And she's like, I'm holding it back. It's so hard to hold it back because I know what's gonna happen next. And I'm like, girl. So we ate some pizza, we had some ice cream. It was really, really good. What's up, Batty Boo? Thank you. Virgo's in the house. Ow. What's up, Tarot Troll? Lone Star Pick, I saw you in here and it made me remember years back. LOL, I've been good. I've been thriving in life. I might say I'm happily engaged, set to be married soon. Oh my God, congratulations. You had a lot going on since I last saw you. Well, good for you. Congrats. I'm really happy to see you. I'm so glad that you're doing well. Um, I'm really sad that Venus is going to leave my house soon. I love all the compliments I've been getting at the gym. I feel like as soon as Venus goes out of there, they're just kind of like by 50%. But it's been nice, especially just kind of like me. I don't really associate it with anyone, so it's nice kind of getting my little dose of compliments, you know what I'm saying? But mostly I just like to be left alone. I really don't like it when people approach me, honestly. But it's nice because you know what I think about? Like, I know that as ladies, we get really annoyed with like men trying to approach us and stuff, but there's going to be a day where they don't anymore, you know, where they don't at all. And so just kind of like soak it up while you can, you know, take the compliments. You know what I mean? Just take it for now. Cuz what I hear from older people, like men and women alike, they're like, yeah, like once I just turned a certain age, like it was like I was invisible, like nobody noticed me anymore. Like I literally just didn't exist anymore. And I was like, wow, that's kind of like sounds ideal, but at the same time sounds kind of fucking sad. So enjoy it. I feel like the compliments will keep on. Well, thank you. All right, so let me see. It'd be nice. It's always the older guys. Well, not always, but it's a lot of the times the older men. This guy came up to me today and he was very I think he was Italian. He's a very older gentleman. He had like the, you know, he had the gold like Guido chains. And he was like, I can't do the accent. He's like, I just want to say you're magnificent. If I was 50 years younger. And I was like, okay, thanks. It was actually really cute. But I'm not like really into that. I'm not into that. I don't know, you know. I'm a ghost. No, you're not. I mean, like, I think some older men are handsome. Like, I think that, like, Negan from The Walking Dead is really, really handsome. I think he's really attractive, but most of the time, I'm not really into it. I don't know. I feel like if you're, you know, not all the time, but I feel like if you're, for men anyway, I feel like if you're still single, like, I don't know, that long, I don't know what's going on there. Shit happens, you know, sometimes people die and shit, but I always wonder. What's up, Vanessa? How are you? All right, it's time to turn on some music. Definitely enjoying your youth. Enjoy it, baby. It goes real quick. It goes really, really, really quick. Um, I hope that didn't sound mean. I didn't want that to sound mean. That sounded kind of mean. I didn't mean it's just these are like, you know what? I don't think I have a fear of public speaking. I think I have a fear of me speaking in public because sometimes like I just have a thought in my brain, just like my daughter, right? I just have a thought in my brain and like I have to say it and it's like no, you really don't. Like sometimes you can just keep shit to yourself, you know? And then like I think about what I said and then I start feeling bad about what I said even though I didn't mean it in a bad way, but then I'm like, God, that sounds really shitty. Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I really hate having that Mercury in Libra. Like, I'm always thinking of two sides. Well, how are they going to feel about this if I say this? And it's just so exhausting living that way. Okay. All right. We got some music on. We're ready to do it. All right. Let me make sure. All right, cool. We're ready to go. All right, super chats are on. Okay, let me move this. What's up, Eddie? It's really nice to see you. Thank you so much for for being the first super chatter. Um, Lori, I get. Okay. All right, you guys. So once again, welcome to All Signs. Yes, we are going to be taking a look at the good. Only the good. So it doesn't matter what falls in the table. I'm really great at knowing how to spin shit, okay? So, make sure you guys stick around to check for honestly any placement in your chart because these are general readings, so it really doesn't matter. If you want to book a super chat question, you can do it right here inside of YouTube, and here's the little menu. Okay, you can ask whatever you want. What's going on, Enigma? It's really nice to see you. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Who are we starting with today, Lori? Who do you guys want to start with? Whoever answers first gets dibs. No, we're going to start with Cancers today. It's the new moon in Cancer. We're going to start with Cancer today. I didn't even think about that. Let's start with Cancer today. Oh, man. That really sucks. Well, what if I do it like this? It looks so messy. But you know what? I'm not going to freak out about it. It is what it is. It just looks messy. Okay. All right, great. Okay. All right, Cancer, happy new moon and happy birthday if you are in the season for it, especially if you're a Cancer sun. Happy birthday. I'm super excited for you guys. Let's go ahead and see what next week is bringing towards you, and it's only the positive. So let's see. Four of Pentacles, money, money. The good coming to you is the Wheel of Fortune reverse. The Five of Wands reverse for your advice. Let's see that energy with that Four of Pentacles. You're holding on to a truth or holding back a truth. King of Wands, you're showing up as a masculine. So if you're a feminine Cancer, you might need to flip this around if you're dealing with a masculine. However, this can still be you. So, hold on. Where's my pen? Where's my pen? Okay. There we go. So with that Four of Pentacles, it's like and the Ace of Swords, it's as if you're holding back some kind of truth. Or you're holding on to some kind of truth that maybe you want to talk about. Maybe there's something that you're wanting to express, but there may be a fear that if you express it, then you're going to lose out on something, or you're too afraid to take the risk. The Ace of Wands is usually around clarity. It talks about clarity. It talks about maybe a decision being made, or usually a conversation or idea. It can be that you have some kind of idea, maybe around social media or writing or something like that. Maybe some kind of business wrapped around that for that King of Wands to be there. The King of Wands a lot of the times can be the entrepreneur. He's somebody, or she is somebody that is usually quite successful, attractive, confident. They're usually like I said, an entrepreneur, a self-starter of some sort, and you feel very confident in some idea, but it's almost like you haven't pitched it yet, or maybe you haven't started it yet, or maybe there's that person that you really want to talk to, that new person or whatever, but you haven't decided how you're going to go about it, or maybe there are some certain ideas that you have that you want to get across to this person, but you're kind of holding back out of fear in some way. But I don't really know if it's necessarily fear, because the King of Wands is here, which tells me that there's courage. So I feel like if you wanted to say it, you would just say it. But there's a reason why you're holding back. Why is that? The Fool energy. You may not want to be too impulsive. It almost feels like you're preserving something for the right time. What's the Ace of Swords? The Justice reversed. You may be airing out some dirty laundry for some of you, okay? You could be airing out some dirty laundry, or there can be a decision that you're making, or are you having more clarity around some kind of decision that you made before that maybe you weren't very happy with, or something that kind of knocked you off balance a little bit. But it seems like you're not quite ready to talk about this, or you're not quite ready to open up about this, or something like that. You seem to be, I don't want to say you're playing it safe, but it feels like you're waiting for the right time. So I don't know what that is. the good coming to you, the Wheel of Fortune reversed, the Four of Wands reversed, and the Two of Swords. If you've been kind of going back and forth in regards to some family drama or relationship drama, this is going to be something that has repeated itself for a while. I think this is likely a time where you're going to be able to have some kind of truce, or you're going to be able to maybe create that peace or that safe space within your relationship again, within your marriage again, within your home dynamics or family dynamics, whatever the case may be. If there have maybe been some insecurities because you've been attached to something from the past, or you feel like you've been trying to control everything or take everything into your own hands, this can be a time where you just kind of let go and let God. And I feel like because maybe you're doing that, it seems like that's increasing your level of confidence, which is giving you a lot more internal peace. I also think that if there's old issues from the past, you may just not even be kind of dealing with them. And what I mean by that, if it's something that's going to bring you chaos, or if it's going to bring you some level of, um, what's the word? If it's going to make you uncomfortable, I just feel like you're just not going to deal with it. So it seems like there's some kind of peace that you're able to have, or a decision that you're finally able to make around whatever this is. What's that? Wheel of Fortune reversed, the Moon reversed. Can be around, once again, a family situation, or something that has come out, or something emotional can now be revealed and lead to some kind of peaceful conclusion, is what I'm getting with that. Your advice is the Five of Wands reversed with the Eight of Wands and the Four of Swords. So yeah, there's this peace energy coming in again. So the Five of Wands reversed for advice is like, don't allow your ego to get in the way. Don't argue. It doesn't mean that you can't speak your truth, but make sure that it's coming from a peaceful and healed place. So maybe needing to take some time out before you express something. And this can also be saying, instead of involving yourself in some kind of drama or conflicts or whatever, and maybe asking you to gear your attention towards learning something behind the scenes, or maybe writing behind the scenes, or spending some time with yourself and thinking about your beliefs and your values, or whatever it may be. So, all in all, I feel like you have some great ideas, is more so what it feels like. It feels like you have great ideas. You're just not quite ready to put them into motion. And, with that new moon in Cancer that we're having today, with the squares to Saturn and Neptune, something may just still be baking in the oven, or you may not have all of the tools that you need quite yet in order to make it happen. But it is happening, and you do have the idea, and you have the confidence to see it through. And so I feel like you will. So, Cancer, that is what I have for you. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to book a super chat question to get your cards read during this live, then you can do that right here on YouTube, and this is the menu. Have a great day. Oh, I meant to pull some oracle cards. I was going to pull some oracle cards for everybody. So, it says step out of your comfort zone, Cancer, and a time to give rather than take. Okay. So I remember that Wheel of Fortune reversed in your reading, and it kind of made me feel like, past patterns, having certain habits, or maybe old outdated beliefs that are kind of hindering you from becoming who you really want to be. And so this can be saying, like, don't be afraid to send out that email. Don't be afraid to reach out to publishers. Don't be afraid to go for that promotion. And I feel like when it comes to the thing that you're trying to step out of your comfort zone in regards to, like, let's say that you want to start posting reels or whatever it is. When it says a time to give rather than take, maybe it's saying, think about more so, as opposed to like what you can get from social media, ask yourself, like, what can I give? What kind of value can I offer other people that will have them coming back, or that they will find valuable? So that's what I have for you, Cancer. All right, let's go ahead and move on to Leo. What's up, Bryant? Thanks, Batty Boo. All right, is this done now? I imagine this is done. I love my chia seed water. Let's go ahead and look at Leo. What's up, Sun, Moon, Scorp? Okay. Leo, what is going on? I hope you guys are having a great day so far. Let's go ahead and see the good coming to you for next week. The Six of Wands reversed is your energy. The Ten of Cups for the good coming towards you. Okay, Leo. The Seven of Pentacles reversed for your advice. So let's go ahead and see that Six of Wands reversed. The Nine of Swords reversed. And the Six of Pentacles. This is actually really sweet, in my opinion. This makes me feel like you're offering something. So with the Six of Wands reversed, the Nine of Swords reversed, and then the Six of Pentacles, this to me looks like you are being very generous, but you're not looking for somebody to give you a cookie. You're being very thoughtful and kind, and you're being very giving, but you are not like looking for somebody to kiss your ass, or you're not like, oh, now you owe me something, right? It's not like that. It seems like you're just genuinely trying to give from your heart of hearts. But it almost feels like you giving someone something, or you giving this thing, or whatever it is. It's almost relieving some kind of tension within your mind. Why is that? The Knight of Wands, because it's something that you feel very passionate about. So for instance, right, let's say that you are a huge advocate for abused children. And so you decide that you are going to offer charity, and give money, but you're not like telling anybody about it. It's just something that you feel very passionate about. And it's something that you're doing on your own time, right? Or maybe there is, I don't know, one of your friends is in like a really abusive relationship, and so you try to help them out of a crappy situation, right? And it will make you feel better. It will give you some peace of mind, right? Maybe they come and like move in with you or something. I don't know, right? Um, I think you guys have well, now of course I'm thinking about Leo risings. Never mind. So I feel like if it is that, right, it's like you may have somebody who's in an abusive relationship comes to live with you, and you're trying to help them out and help them get back on their feet or whatever, and it's giving you some kind of peace of mind. And maybe they're like, oh God, thank you, like, is there anything I can do? And you're like, no, like, I don't want anything, I'm just, so there's something that you're doing that's giving you some peace of mind, that's also very grateful. It's something that you're passionate about, or it's something that is very generous, not grateful. It's something that's very generous that you're doing, and you're not looking for somebody to like kiss your ass about it either. What's up, Donna? Okay. So the good coming to you. Wow, Leo, damn. The Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles with the Queen of Swords. This is absolutely stunning. Like, I couldn't think of a better combo. I mean, unless we had maybe the Empress in the middle or something, but the Queen of Swords is good too. So the Queen of Swords is very logical. She's somebody who's been through a lot. Now she uses her wisdom to move through life. She's very much a head over the heart kind of gal, right? She's a head over heart kind of gal. And if this is you, if you're this Queen of Swords energy, then this can be you when it comes to family matters, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to making decisions around family or relationships, or when it comes to choosing a partner, or when it comes to your wealth or your legacy. You're thinking very logically about how to make sure that everyone's taken care of, or making sure that you're making the wisest decisions possible. And I really feel like you are. If you guys are single, it is absolutely possible that under this new moon in Cancer that you guys may end up meeting somebody potentially. Or it's just that things seem to really be a lot peaceful for you. You know, and don't get me wrong, I think that there are some maybe hurdles to overcome, maybe with that Six of Wands reverse and that Nine of Swords reverse. But all in all, it just feels like have you ever seen think Soul Record Psychic. Have you ever seen like a video of like a mom or a dad or something, and they take a video of their wife or their husband with their kids, and they're like, "Yeah, I'm rich," you know, and like saying that's kind of what it feels like. It feels like you have so much to be grateful for, and it's because you're making the right decisions. So it's like it's almost like you've been on a really long road and you wish that you could have certain things, and you just would look at everybody else and feel like, why do these people have these things? And usually it's because they've done the work or they're ready for those things, right? So like right now, like let's say I owned $1 billion business. Okay. So I owned $1 billion business, and I was like, okay, you're telling me, well, I want to be a billionaire. And so I'm like, okay, here's the $1 billion business, but you wouldn't be ready because you wouldn't even know how to manage it. You wouldn't know how to fix it or whatever, right? So it's like you're not ready for that. So now I feel like you are. I feel like you're ready for something to come in because you've learned. What's up, Shamika? The Seven of Pentacles reversed, the Queen of Pentacles, and the High Priestess. So this can be telling you to really make sure where you're spending your time, your energy, and your money. I feel like you may need to pull out of a specific investment in order to focus on a different one. Something that maybe can help you grow your business or your wealth, or, you know, maybe needing to be very focused on your relationship. And it's telling you just to listen to your instincts about where you can go, because I feel like there's some really unlimited potential here in your life. You just need to grab onto it. Some of you, if you're a man or if you're a woman who's interested in women, you can be dealing with two women. Take time to breathe out, and a new start is coming. Well, that's really funny because I'm thinking about Leo risings, right? So if you're a Leo rising, you would be having this new moon in Cancer, and your whole sign 12th house, your whole sign Cancer 12th house. So I feel like maybe when it comes to your mental health, when it comes to any self-sabotaging behaviors, listening to your instincts, listening to your gut, listening to your intuition, I feel is what's going to lead to this new start or this abundant new start. But I feel like it's already began, whether you realize it or not. So it's kind of asking you to take some time out for yourself, and take care of yourself and allow the things to come to you. So that is what I have for you, Leo. Thank you so much. I hope you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys want to book a super chat, then you can do so right here on the YouTube app. Here is the menu. Let's move on to Virgo. God damn it. What's up, Underdog Tarot? I don't know. Have you ever dealt with two men at the same time? It's pretty difficult. What's going on, Barbie? I gotta be honest. I love the color of my hair. Like this is so pretty to me. Like that is such a pretty color. Like, are you fucking kidding me? That is a gorgeous color. Like, I can't believe for so many years I covered that up with bleach. Like, I'm sorry. I try not to compliment myself too much because I feel like just people will take that a certain way or feel a certain way or try to prove me wrong or whatever, right? But like I really fucking love my hair color. I really do. So much. I love it so much. I think that is like such a pretty color. I just love that freaking color. It's so pretty. I can't believe I covered that up with fucking platinum blonde bleach. Hard pass, right? Yeah, me too, Lori, for sure. Thanks, Vanessa. All right, Virgo, what is going on? I hope I hope you guys are feeling awesome and you guys have Mars in your sign, so let me know how the workouts have been. What's up, Tammy? We need to do that sometimes, period. Let's go ahead and see, Virgo. I hope you're well. Let's go ahead and see what's going on. The good coming to you for next week. Your energy is the Hangman. Ooh, your opposite sign, Pisces. Okay. The Queen of Wands for the good coming to you, and the Ace of Cups reversed for your advice. Okay. Nine of Pentacles reversed. Three of Pentacles. Some of you may be working together with someone to let go of some debts or focus on your financial independence. Okay, maybe you're working with a CPA, a financial advisor. For others of you, I feel like you are kind of hanging back or spending some time alone a little bit, or you're gaining a new perspective through working with others in regards to what you feel like you bring to the table, or how maybe you have overexerted yourself in a way that betrayed you or who you are. So, for instance, if you, I don't know, sometimes would do work projects at your job and you would end up doing all of the work, but like, just to try to prove something or whatever, and really just draining your energy, just to be able to get people to like you, or something like that. This is a time where now you're seeing that differently. You're realizing that that really hasn't worked out for you, and wherever that's coming from is from a very wounded place. And I'm not saying that it's about a collaboration with your coworkers. I'm just talking about in general, where you felt less than, so you felt as though you had to give more than what you were actually capable of giving, because you wanted to earn a spot, or you wanted to be accepted in some way. That can be the Nine of Pentacles reversed. So now it feels like something is kind of changing your mind in regards to these things, and regards to how much you decide to give or how much you decide to offer. Um, I do want to see that Three of Pentacles, the Temperance. Ooh, I love this. It feels to me like you may be having a collaboration, or you're working on a team, or you're working with another person. You're able to get on the same page with another individual. And it seems like that is really bringing you some level of peace or understanding or some level of wisdom. It's bringing you a level of balance. Like it's making you feel steady. So I don't know who this is. I see Sagittarius and Pisces. I don't know if that's any it's that Hangman. The Two of Wands reversed. You can also be seeing kind of your blind spot, is what I want to say with that Two of Wands reversed. You can start seeing your blind spot in regards to your self-worth or your self-value, what you do bring to the table. You can see how you've been kind of cutting yourself off at the knees, and how you need to break out of your comfort zone in order to have the results that you actually want. Like, even if this is like working out or something like that, you're like, okay, like maybe I need to stay. If I really want to get the results that I want to get, maybe it's not about, going on the treadmill for 10 minutes and then like leaving. Like maybe I need to do weightlifting or something like that. And so you start working with a trainer, or maybe you start working with a workout group or a fitness group or something like that. So the good coming to you, the Queen of Wands, the Magician reverse, and the Eight of Pentacles. So if this is you, okay, if you're this Queen of Wands, you seem to be going from the Nine of Pentacles reversed to the Queen of Wands energy, and that would be a hell of a jump. Like I said, the Nine of Pentacles reversed over promises and under delivers, and it's because it's trying to prove its worth or its usefulness. The Queen of Wands doesn't give a shit what you think. She's going to do what she feels is right. She's going to show up in the way that she's going to show up. 'Up. She's not going to question herself. She trusts herself. She, you know, maybe you start working with a trainer, or something like that. And so you start working with a workout group or a fitness group or something like that. So she trusts herself. She is friends with her shadow. She's not afraid to admit things about herself. She's the performer. She's sexy, right? So this can be an energy that you're kind of coming with, or it's something that you're working on. And there can be something that you end up landing, like a project, and it can be because of this collaboration in some way. So I feel like, don't get me wrong, I feel like there's still some doubts that have set in or that are still there, kind of under the surface, but it seems like you're working with them and you're showing up as a leader in your work, maybe with that Eight of Pentacles, or the Eight of Pentacles can also be about like working out or your routine. And so, taking care of your health, things like that, right? That's Sun in Virgo. And so you can actually be seeing some really great results because of that. Now, for others of you, if this Queen of Wands is not you, then there can be somebody in the workplace that really has your back, somebody who stands up for you. This can be somebody who's trying to help you with your own sense of self confidence. It does look like a feminine energy. This can be somebody that you're attracted to, right? So if you're a woman that likes women, or if you're a man that likes women, then this can be a woman that you think is very sexy in the workplace, somebody that you're very attracted to, once again. And they can be kind of helping you or pushing you in some way to work on these things about yourself, despite your doubts. And even if it's not like a romantic thing, okay, it's just maybe somebody else motivating you in your workplace. It can be a boss. The Queen of Wands is Aries, so it can be a bit of someone who is a bit of a leader. Your advice is the Ace of Cups reversed, the Strength, and the Five of Swords reversed. So I want to say, like, listen to your thoughts. You may be giving in to a thought process or certain ways of thinking that can really drain you. This is trying to tell you to kind of hold back on that, stay strong, focused on the things that you're really passionate about, the things that are connected to your heart, the things that you truly love, right? So for me, it's writing all day, writing and creativity. That's it, baby. Okay. So, and it's telling you to center yourself with those things. Communication is key, and a new romantic cycle begins. So, Virgo, maybe there's somebody new coming in, like, especially if this is maybe somebody that you're attracted to, you can meet them while you're doing a project, or you can meet them at the workplace. If this is you, this can definitely be you naturally attracting somebody, maybe while you're working out, maybe while you're doing a project, maybe it is at work, whatever. But it's basically saying, like, if you want to spark up a conversation, don't be afraid to do that. Don't be afraid to go for it. You guys have Mars in your sign right now. So this is really about learning how to be a leader in your own life, which I think it's kind of interesting because Virgo does have Mars in their sign right now. And this is Mars ruled because this is Aries. So it's making me feel like you're realizing in all of the ways that you've stayed in your comfort zone and what it was about you inside of your mind or inside of your subconscious that kept you there. And now it's like you're pushing through that. You're learning how to take the lead in your own life, and it quite literally becomes your strength. And I feel like because of that, there can be an attraction that you maybe have to a new person, or if you're already in a relationship, then it can say a little bit of communication and understanding and listening can really go a long way, where maybe you and your marriage partner or you and somebody that you already have an established bond with can end up renewing something. Okay. So that is what I have for you, Virgo. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to book a super chat question and get your cards read during the live, then you can do so right here on YouTube. There's the menu. Have a good one, Virgo. Happy new moon. What's up, Jasmine? Thanks. Soul Record, I really hope you're okay. I hope you call the police if anybody gets violent with you ever. Okay, Libra. What is going on? I hope that you're doing really, really well. Let's go ahead and see the good coming to you for the next week. Ooh, okay. The Knight of Cups in your energy. The good coming to you is the Tower reversed. Ooh, I feel like you're dodging a bullet. I feel like you're lucking out. Five of Pentacles reversed for your advice. Wow. I mean, come on. The Knight of Cups, the Star, and the Hierophant. It's time for you to leave. You're making everybody else jealous and upset. This is gorgeous energy. You seem to be taking action on something that you've hoped for, and it can be wrapped around a relationship or a commitment. It can also be that you're taking some kind of vulnerable action towards some kind of big dream or goal that you have that can be wrapped around things like your faith, spirituality, religion, um, maybe you are, getting in touch with a life coach. Okay, for some of you, it can be that. Okay, the faith card or the Hierophant card can sometimes be like a mentor or somebody who's trying to teach you or guide you in some way. For others of you, maybe you are becoming the guide. But for a lot of you, this can be about a true, honest to God, loving commitment. Or it's that some of you guys are maybe pursuing something like something creative, acting, poetry, um, you know, creative shit, painting, music, whatever it is that you have a lot of hope in. It feels like you are taking action towards that. And you're really committing to whatever this is. I mean, you're really committing because it's something that doesn't just pull on your heartstrings and like, oh, that's cute, love that. It's something that is part of who you are. It's a part of your, spiritual makeup, or it um, ties into your fundamental belief systems and your morals and your values. And it's like everything, it's part of like it's a big part of everything that you believe in some way. And I know that sounds dramatic, but that's what it is. God, that tanning bed makes me so red. That's what happens when you don't go tanning for a while. Sorry, guys. Um, so this is stunning. What's that star? The Ace of Pentacles. Damn. Wow. So, the aces in tarot are the absolute most potent energy. It's the most potent energy. And like, don't get me wrong, it's going to take work. It's going to take a lot of work. The Ace of Pentacles is, this isn't about slouching around and just waiting for it to come to you from the wand from your fucking fairy dust. No. Or the fairy dust from your wand. This is like real honest to God hard work. And it seems like you're planting seeds in a part of like one of the biggest streams that you've ever had in some way, or something that is incredibly healing for you. I mean, it looks absolutely beautiful. I love your energy. You got the faith, man. Like the Hierophant and the Star combined is like massive amounts of faith in something. And so you're taking action towards it. You're building it, you're nurturing it, you're loving it. Like, and it's something I feel like you're sharing with the world, or you're sharing with people. That's really beautiful. Ooh, some of you are having a baby. Okay, just putting that out there. I don't know why I got that off of that. Okay, so the good coming to you, the Tower reversed, the Page of Cups, the Lovers reversed. If there's been a scenario where maybe this is for some of you, this is you. Okay, so I'm gonna paint it both ways, but for some of you, you may have really been immature, or always playing the blame game, or always pointing the finger at everybody else, or avoiding change, avoiding taking accountability for things, kind of playing it off as like innocent or naive or whatever it is. And now I feel like something is shifting where you're evolving and you're kind of starting over, and you're allowing yourself to be honest with yourself. For others of you, if you've been accepting energy like that, where you have been just kind of settling, or maybe you've been dealing with cheaters or liars or manipulators, or, you keep holding on to things that you really know aren't going to go anywhere. I feel like because you're letting something go that would have ended up being an absolute disaster, I feel like something else is coming in, or you're able to take action towards something else. But you know what it feels like? How do I explain this? You're gonna laugh. But do you remember in the movie The Notebook when she's dating that guy, the main character, she's dating that guy. What's her name? I can't remember. Rachel McAdams, I think is the actress. And she's like on the date with this guy and they're going out or whatever. And then Ryan Gosling sees her and he just like has to have her, right? And so he like doesn't care. He's like hitting on her with the guy right there, and like she's like, "Are you like who are you? Like what are you doing?" Right? But it ended up being like the best thing that ever happened, and that other relationship would have likely been a fucking disaster, right? And so it feels something like that. I don't know how to explain it. Two fives ending. Something needs to go to bed. Something needs to go to bed. You may have been stuck on something from the past for a very, very long time, too focused on it, focused on what you can't change, what you could have changed, but you didn't, et cetera, et cetera. And it's really not getting you anywhere. And it's something that you're needing to kind of reconcile with inside of yourself, and kind of let it go and either forgive yourself or do something with the pain, do something with the sadness, turn it into wisdom, baby. That's probably the best thing that you can do. But yeah, you got some good things coming. It's time to take action. This says new moon in Aries and then full moon in Aries. Wow, I feel like you need to execute something from start to finish. New moon in Aries to the full moon in Aries, these two cards, that's what they are. So this is not just about like starting something and like, oh yeah, let me just go ahead and like, I don't know, start playing around and just like playing with that, episode I was going to make for YouTube. Maybe you're doing like film or something like that. No, it's telling you to start it and fucking finish it and don't mess around. Like really take initiative with whatever this is, because I feel like it can be bigger than you think. So, even if it's a relationship. So, Libra, that is what I have for you. Thank you guys so much. I hope you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to book a super chat question, then you can do so right here in the YouTube app. And this is the menu. Thanks a lot, Libra. Happy new moon in Cancer. What's up, Nina? Thank you. What's up, Jasmine? Nice nose ring. Thanks. I thought it was cute. So, like, you guys know I'm bi. Thanks, Jasmine. And I used to do that, like that little shave thing in my eyebrow, which is like an indication that you like women. And I feel like I look too straight. I had asked my best friend a while ago. I was like, okay, look at me. If you didn't know me, would you think I was straight? And he was like, yes. I was like, oh, I don't know. And so I feel like I feel like I just need to do something like different or something. I feel like I look so straight. So I felt like maybe like a little nose ring, maybe a little thing in the eyebrow. I don't know. Listen, I'm just trying stuff out, okay? I'm really good, Miss Redmond. It's great to see you. What's up, Luna? We're Scorpio. There we go. What's going on, Scorpio? I hope you guys are doing awesome today. Well, let me move this. This is going to drive me crazy as an OCD Virgo. What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong. Listen, there's nothing wrong with looking straight if you're straight. I'm not straight. I don't want to look totally straight. You know, I mean, I have my little rainbow cupcake tattoo, right? And I get, you know, a lot of people that work at Starbucks are bisexual or they're trans or they're gay, right? And I always get compliments on that tattoo when I go to Starbucks. I love your cupcake tattoo. I bet you do. You know, but I don't want to look straight. I don't want to be straight passing. I want someone to be like, oh, there's like something going on there. Nothing wrong with looking straight if you're straight, okay? Nothing wrong with wanting to look straight if you're not straight, okay? But I don't want to look totally straight because I'm not. You need to bust out the boy shorts. I don't know if I'm that. I don't know if I'm that kind. I can definitely be quite masculine. I can be quite I'm quite mm, I take initiative and I can assert myself in conversations, you know? And as weird as it sounds, I feel uncomfortable when I'm feminine sometimes. And you know why? I know nobody fucking asked and nobody cares, but I feel like oh, every time I was feminine, I feel like I was taken advantage of. And I felt like it was weaponized against me, you know? And then like men will be like, "Oh, I want a feminine woman." And then like you give that and then like they take you to hell. And it's like, "Well, what do you think that's going to do?" Like so I never felt comfortable being in my feminine energy because it was always weaponized against me or it was taken advantage of. So why the fuck do I want to do that? Like why do I want to do that? So I find myself more than not being a little bit more masculine than I am feminine. But I'm trying to like rewire my brain. I don't know. I think I just need to try to just be myself. And I'm not sure I know what that is because I've always tried to contort myself to fit everybody else's needs and to make everybody else feel comfortable. And I'm really tired of doing that. Yeah. Yeah, Nina. I have a double hoop nose ring. I love the nose ring, period. I hear that. Speak, baby. Yeah. Sure, you can rock boy shorts though. I think so. You know, sometimes I feel like a little funny when I'm in something that's really feminine. I feel a little goofy. I'm like, I look ridiculous. Like, I don't know. I think I need like a middle kind of thing. Like, you know what I look really cute in? I have this satin, like this white satin fitted dress that I had tailored and it's a little short, right? And it has like a little bit of lace right here, got a little bit of cleavage, and then like I wear these like chunky combat boots, like these black chunky combat boots with like these little black socks underneath. Fucking totally my look. So my look. And I just need like more of that. I feel really hot in that kind of vibe. And then like I have like a black bow back here and maybe like some black nails or something, like maybe a chunky necklace or you know what I mean? Like I don't know. I look good like that. Just be you, yeah. Could so see. I think you look good even if you feel you look straight, still look hot to me. Well, yeah, but I don't want women to look at me and be like, "Oh, she's hot." And obviously, she's totally straight. And then like I miss an opportunity, you know, but I also don't want to look so masculine where men are put off by that either, you know, which I don't think that that's really me anyway, where I would like chop off my hair or something. Um, but I can definitely play both. I can definitely play both sides. Your Amish bow, you think you're fucking funny. How do you even remember that? Get out, Lori. No, actually, please don't. I really need you and I don't want to do the timestamps for my myself. What's up, Mojo? How are you? All right, Scorpio, let's go ahead and do this. Thanks for dealing with me. Okay. So let's go ahead and move on. Gothic. I don't know if it's really goth. I think it's like a romantic soft. I don't know. I don't know what that's called. A grunge coquette, I think we were talking about before. Back when Rick was my mod. Um Oh, wow, Laurel. Thank you for telling me that. That's good. That's You know what? I love an honest woman. Where you out, girl? I'll take you out. I'm so okay. I didn't come on here to do speed dating. I was just but I'll definitely let you know. Okay, so Scorpio, let's go ahead and take a look at the good coming to you for next week. I can't with you guys. The Hermit reversed for your energy. The 10 of Wands for the good coming to you. And then the 7 of Swords for your advice. The 9 of Cups and the 2 of Cups reversed. Interesting. What's that Hermit reversed? Whoa, okay. Slow down, soldier. Read you loud and clear. You're not messing around. Well, Scorpio, I mean, who pissed in your Cheerios? But whoever did, I feel like you threw the bowl out and threw the Cheerios out, and that's that. There was something that likely acted like quite the catalyst for you. And to be honest, I think it really hurt. I think it almost probably, in some very extreme cases, it may have felt like it was the biggest betrayal you've ever had in your life, or like it was something that crushed your soul. Or it can just be something that really, really sucked. And it maybe you did it, maybe somebody else did it, but it taught you a lot and it likely dragged you through the pits of hell until you came out on the other side with an honest answer of who you truly are and what life means to you and what you can bring to this planet, bring to this world. And you're probably realizing that the entire reason that you got dragged down to hell and back may have been because you were looking for something external from yourself when the thing that you truly needed you already had. And that 9 of Cups tells me that this realization is bringing you to some greater answers. And these greater answers have everything to do with you. 9 of Cups. The 9 of Cups is Jupiter and Pisces. I have this placement. This can be a great wisdom, a great sense of creativity. Um, it's also where you're comfortable with being alone, right? Pisces or the 12th house, they have correlations. And Pisces can be a very kind of isolative sign, but it can also be a contentment of being with oneself. Like me, I'm Jupiter and Pisces, which is what the 9 of Cups is. It's Jupiter and Pisces, and I love being alone. Like I love my own company more than just about anybody's, minus my children. Like so, and there's something about you being comfortable with you. There's something about you being comfortable with exactly who you are and what you want out of life and what you have now and who you are and all of that. And I feel like with that 2 of Cups reversed, you may feel misunderstood by others, but it doesn't mean that mm, you're not important or whatever. Like, I don't even think that you are too concerned with being misunderstood. Although, yes, you may feel misunderstood. I don't think that it's bothering you as much as it would have before this dark night of the soul. So I guess I want to say congrats. The 10 of Wands for the good coming to you. So there may have been someone in your life who was quite the leech. Okay, they could have felt like a leech. Sorry, Ten of Wands, King of Cups reversed, Page of Wands reversed, and then the Six of Swords. Because I asked, what's the benefit here? And I got the Six of Swords, so I kind of get it now. Somebody here may either be taking responsibility for their immaturity, for their kind of shitbag behavior, for lying to you, for messing with your head, etc. And it's this feeling of being able to move on because of it. And I'm not going to lie, it'll probably feel pretty heavy. But because of this, you're able to move on from something that really fucked with your head for a long time and probably brought you way down to the depths of hell and back, right? And now there's this peace or this tranquility or this sense of serenity that you feel like you have now, as if it's almost baked into the makeup of your being, I guess you could say. Um, and I don't know what you went through during this time, but it looks like it really did you some good. For others of you, if you're a masculine and you are this King of Cups reversed and the Page of Wands reversed, then you are taking accountability for how you have fucked yourself over, basically. And because of that, you're able to make better decisions moving forward. But for others of you, this can be somebody who screwed around or screwed you over in some way and maybe taking accountability or something like that. Seven of Swords, King of Swords, and the Three of Cups reversed. So I want to say, like, some of you may, so I'm quite a loner. Okay, Luna, thank you so much. Um, so sometimes being a loner, sometimes taking a lot of time away from people can get very addictive. You can become very addicted to that peace. And that's all well and good, right? It's all well and good, absolutely. Like enjoy that peace, but don't let it become your permanent residence, I guess you could say. I really feel like there's somebody out there that could really gift you with a lot of insights, and I think that you avoiding people, or I think you avoiding society altogether. Like I get it, some of you this is it, okay? But there are people out there that can really steer you in the right direction and have a lot to offer you. So try to kind of think about that. Um, mm, okay. If you guys are, I see there's a lot of masculine energy here. If you're a woman interested in masculine energy, then what I would say is be cautious. Now that you're putting yourself out there and now that you have this kind of like, I'm good with being on my own, that's very attractive to people. People are attracted to independent people. And I think for some of you, you may bite off a little bit more than you can chew and then kind of get yourself in a pickle. So be cautious with that. If you're a masculine energy, then what I want to say is this is the time to really level up. Like really level up, not just in regards to the King of Cups, like your emotional maturity, but what do your finances look like? Where's your headspace? Where's your head at? How do you think? What's your thought life look like? And I feel like it's important for you guys to focus on those things. The end of a tough cycle approaches, and don't let pride get in your way. Interesting. So there may be something where, even though we're having a new moon in Cancer, something must end for another thing to begin. And I feel like for a lot of you, there's been something that has been quite heavy. 10 of Swords, 10 of Wands, just like I said in the beginning of this reading, there's something that's been really, really heavy. And now this is a time where you can close it out, or this is a time where you can own something, or this is a time where someone reveals something to you that really just kind of helps you move on. But it's saying, in order to truly accept this, in order to truly move on from this tough cycle, you're going to have to swallow a little bit of pride or some ego. And I feel like some of you have been eating shit sandwiches for quite a while anyway. So I don't think this is something that is foreign to you. But I think that with this particular thing, just an openness. Like for instance, right? Let's say that you have a family member who really, really screwed you over. And maybe during this new moon in Cancer, they come up to you and they're just like, listen, I really want to take accountability for this. And like, now you kind of got like a little bit of an ego about it. You're like, yeah, that's right, motherfucker, right? And you can feel that way. Okay. But it really does take courage for somebody to own up to something. It takes courage and it is quite admirable. Doesn't mean that it's admirable what they did. No. Doesn't mean that you have to have them in your life every single day. No, it doesn't. But just allowing yourself to be the bigger person in the situation, I think is really going to um give you some aura points. You know what I'm saying? So that is what I have for you, Scorpio. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you would like to book a super chat question, then you can do so right here on YouTube. This is the menu. Thanks, Zaza. It's nice to see you. Thank you, Batty Boo. Really, Laurel? I like it. Sometimes, most of the time. I would say most of the time I like it. All right, what's going on, Sagittarius? Sagittarius. It's nice to see you guys. I hope you are all doing super awesome. Happy new moon in Cancer. Let's go ahead and see what is going on for you guys. The good coming your way. The Six of Cups reversed for your energy. The Eight of Cups for the good coming to you. And then the Seven of Cups. Wow, lots of water energy. Seven of Cups for your advice. Okay. What's that? Six of Cups. The Chariot. The Knight of Swords. So it seems like you're taking action on a conversation where you're looking for some kind of information about what. You're trying to overcome some kind of regrettable situation, some kind of disappointing situation, something that maybe upset you, or, maybe you're trying to see if the grass is greener on the other side. Maybe that's in regards to work. Maybe that's in regards to something else entirely. Whatever the case is, it seems like you're having some level of victory. You seem to be very motivated to taking action on whatever this is, or learning as much information as possible when it comes to whatever this thing is. Now, that Six of Cups is reversed, Ace of Wands. There can be a connection from the past that you have a little bit of a grudge with. This can be like, I'm not trying to be gross, but for some of you, you're having a grudge fuck with someone. Okay. Can be a little bit of a grudge fuck. You can feel very inspired to, have a new beginning after some kind of disappointing ending, or, maybe you're having issues with somebody from the past, or maybe you're holding some grudges or whatever, and you're like, I don't want to fucking do that anymore. I don't want to live in that headspace anymore. And so it seems like you're pretty motivated to kind of move on and just keep going. So, where are we going? That's what I want to know. The Judgment. You could be having a reconciliation with someone. You may be having a reconciliation with someone, and I feel like it'll take off very quick. It almost feels unexpected. It almost feels unexpected, but it's really positive. This is like you showing up to, I don't know, you and your man or you and your girl or whatever had a fight, and you're just like, you know what, fuck that. And you go to their house and you just like smash their brains out, like in a hot way, not in like a serial killer way. And it like works out, and I'm not saying that that's what it is, but whatever it is, it looks spicy. You're very in control. Let me say that. The good coming to you, we have the Eight of Cups, the Devil reversed, and the Death. What's that death around? The Knight of Pentacles. Something may have been moving a little bit too slow potentially, and maybe that's what's changing. But there's something that you or someone else is walking away from that seems to be a bit of an illusion. And the Eight of Cups is about kind of taking some time out and trying to listen to your own gut instincts. This is also about putting up some kind of boundary when it comes to your emotions. So putting up some strong emotional boundaries and be like, you know what, I got to walk away from this. I have to understand this. I have to understand the reality of whatever this is. And there's an awareness happening. There's an awareness around some toxic behavior, maybe of yours, maybe of somebody else. And what that's doing is that's likely evolving the situation, or evolving maybe some money situation. So for some of you, maybe you have been really, really bad with money, and now you're like, you know what, this is fucking toxic. I can't live my life like this. And so you're making these changes actively. Slow and steady wins the race, but you're actively making these changes, and you're going to see maybe a transformation in regards to your money. This can also be you walking away from a job or some kind of line of work or some kind of position. And it can be because you realize that you have been disempowering yourself in some way, or maybe you've been playing it small. And so now you're like, okay, well, I'm here to take my piece. But what you're doing is you are playing the long game, and it's going to turn out. Think about January 2026 is what I want to say. Your advice: the Seven of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, and the Three of Swords. So instead of just like fantasizing about something, instead of just like sitting here and wondering what could be, like, with doing that, you're likely going to end up breaking your own heart, or you're going to end up being very fucking disappointed. So it's telling you, if you want real-time results, you need to take real life action. Point blank, period. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. Okay. And I feel like that's what you're doing it. Yeah, look, see, you're very close to achieving your goal. Expect powerful change. I told you there's going to be a huge transformation. I do feel like you're on the precipice of something, or on the brink of something. You're getting very close to your goal. It's telling you to keep going. It's telling you to keep going, but don't just sit here and fantasize about it and think of all the different ways that it could be like this. No, like, do it. Thanks a lot, Sagittarius. I hope you have a good one. I hope you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to book a super chat question, you can do so right here on YouTube. The menu is right there. Not the grudge fudge. That is what I'm calling it from now on. That's what I'm calling it from now on. That's just, there's no other way around it. What's up, Brown? Thanks. What's up, Monet? It's a Pisces thing. Thank you. What's up, Casey? You're welcome, Laurel. Yeah, Leslie. I feel like I do. I think that's just an all over female experience, honestly. All right, Capricorn, what's going on? I hope you guys are doing great. Let's go ahead and see the good coming towards you for this coming week. This lash map is insane. The Two of Pentacles. That's your energy. The good coming to you is the Nine of Wands. Oh, you're coming out on top, baby. Period. Three of Wands reversed. Let's see that Two of Pentacles. Woo! Some of y'all are getting pregnant, or getting somebody pregnant. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Okay. Ooh. If you are a masculine, or if you're a woman interested in two different women, you got your shit cut out for you, buddy. Okay. There's definitely somebody who doesn't trust you. Is the person I'm reading for these two cards? Yes. Oh, wow. The Emperor. Shit, Capricorn. So you're the feminine. So you are the feminine. You definitely have two sides to you, Capricorn. There's a part of you where you are just very gorgeous and lovely and beautiful and creative and fucking sensational and worthy, and I mean, the pick of the litter, really. You really are. And then there's this other side where you're trying to kind of leave that part of you in the dust, is what it feels like. And I say that because you see that Queen of Cups reversed. The Empress is facing, I don't know if you can see it, the light is kind of, the Empress is faced away from her. And then when I asked if you're both of these people, the Emperor came out, which would be a yes. It's very interesting to me that the Emperor decided to come out with the Empress. I really feel like you guys are about to enter a connection, if you are single, that you have never had before. Like, there's really nothing like it. Like, this is the um yin to your yang, or the yang to your yin. This is the, the Empress is all of the queens. The Emperor is all of the kings. And I feel like you are changing. There's something that has changed within you. You guys must have been doing some serious work on yourself or something, because I feel like you may be attracting someone that is quite the catch. For others of you, if you're already like in a relationship or something, then this can just be you guys leveling up together. You seem to be really handling yourself well. For some of you, you may have a couple creative projects that you're getting ready to kind of birth into reality, so to speak. And I feel like you got some backup here. This is a great energy. I mean, that's so interesting too. Like, especially if you're a Capricorn rising, right? You have Cancer in your seventh house of one-on-one relationships, and we are having a new moon in Cancer today in your relationship house, right? So that's just kind of funny, but that's a beautiful energy. I really feel like after all the naysayers or the shit talkers, Capricorn, or whoever's been a little kind of bug in the rug for you, I feel like you're shutting it down. You have been likely fighting for a very long time for your spot in life, or trying to find your ideal relationship, or, whatever it is. And you really are winning. You seem to be at the top of your game. I think that if there's anybody who has been talking shit about you, or being cruel, or gossiping behind your back, or something like that, I feel like these people will be exposed. And I truly believe that you are going to be standing on your own 2 feet. Yeah, you might be a little bumped and bruised, but hey, at least you look hot, right? With that Empress there. And even if you're the Emperor, you're still looking hot. So it's like, really doesn't matter how you play it, whether you're a feminine or a masculine. I mean, this is a stunning reading. And there's such a confidence within you that is really shining. And I feel like you're just being very creative and just beautiful. Like, you're just glowing. This is such a pretty reading. Your advice, yeah, see? I feel like you have some haters. 3 of Wands reversed, the 7 of Wands, and the World reversed. I do feel like some things might come up from the past that are going to be kind of like a little bit of a, you know, they feel like a little bit of a hemorrhoid, right? It's telling you not to lose your cool. It's telling you to act with maturity and just stand up for yourself, maintain your composure and your level of poise. I think that for some of you, if you've had a lack of confidence in regards to competing for something or going for something, whether it's a promotion or that modeling gig or whatever, like, you really do have what it takes for something. But you have to believe that, or you're not going to be able to really do anything with it. Prosperity lies ahead. New moon in Taurus is what it says. Conclusions are within reach. I feel like you guys are going to blow up, or you guys are going to have um I mean, how interesting, right? With the Empress showing up, which is Taurian, and then you have a new moon in Taurus card showing up here. Prosperity lies ahead. I feel like you guys are really about to come into some money, some business, a relationship, something that aligns with your morals and your values, something you've been waiting for. And I feel like something is also going to be revealed to you, and it's going to be big. And I feel like it's something you've been waiting for a while. Oof, damn, Capricorn. I say you got the best reading out of everybody. Good for you. Thanks a lot, Capricorn. I greatly appreciate it. I hope that you'll like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you would like to book a super chat question with me, then you can do so right here on YouTube. Here's the menu. You're welcome, Vanessa. You know what? Sometimes, Laurel, it's not even about like, oh, I'm gonna put my all in. You know, sometimes it's really just about showing up for yourself. Um, and I've noticed, like, if you're looking for a partner, I've really noticed that the more that you put into yourself and the more selfish you become in a positive way, okay, not like selfish, like fuck everybody's needs, I don't care what anyone thinks in that way. No, that's not what I'm saying. But where you're selfish, where you do things like I'm going to take that hour-long bath today, or I'm going to spend a little extra time on myself this morning with my skincare, or sorry guys, I want to go to this writer's meet and greet, and like when you are like following your true sense of authenticity and like who you are and what drives you and what you really want, that's when you attract somebody that is really for you because you're living in alignment with who you actually are. And then that way you can attract somebody that is with that aligns with that. I saw a quote the other day on Instagram and it said, there are two things you don't chase: death and love. They will come when you're ready. And I thought that was such a powerful quote. I wish I knew who originally said it. I unfortunately don't, but I'm telling you, sometimes it's about putting the all into yourself and somebody else is going to see that and want to put their all into you. And I really think that's the way to go about it. But of course, I'm no one. Just my observations. What's going on, Aquarius? How are you? Let's go ahead and take a look at the good coming towards you for next week. Knight of Pentacles reversed, Page of Pentacles, the Chariot. Okay. You're showing up as a masculine. So for my feminine Aquarians, ooh. All right. You guys are kind of having this like have you guys ever heard like a moon in Capricorn freak out about money before? It's the funniest shit, honestly. I don't mean to make fun of my moon and Capricorns, but it is so funny. Like they really they start cleaning shit that doesn't need to be cleaned. It's fucking hilarious. I mean, I'm not like taking joy in somebody else's sadness or anything, but that's what it reminds me of. And I feel like it could be, so I'm going to play this off as a couple of different things. So, what's going on is for some of you, there's some instability that has been happening in regards to your finances. And you have been really freaking out. You've gotten to a point, or you're going to get to a point where you may get incredibly critical of yourself, and then it's going to project onto others around you. And you're going to start like doomsdaying your life. You're going to start thinking in very catastrophic ways. You're going to start assuming the worst. And I feel like the universe or God is just kind of laughing at you because this is coming in, this business opportunity or this job offer or this financial opportunity. And you're just kind of like, like very, you know, um, like there's a lot of assumptions going on and I get it. I think that a lot of it just has to do with some stress and stuff like that. But I really think you have less to worry about than you believe you do. For some of you, you're feeling like you need to latch on to somebody else in order to stay afloat when you don't. You may be assuming that, well, maybe I can just, it kind of reminds me of those guys that like don't do well financially. So they're like, oh, like you want to move in together, I really love you. And like you just met this bitch like a week ago, or whatever. And so, don't do that, right? But now, of course, this is a very dramatic example. So it can be something a bit smaller. But what's that Page of Swords reversed about? The Ace of Wands reversed. You're just like, if you're a masculine, like if you're a man, like you're feeling like emasculated, or you're feeling like you're just not a man anymore, or like, I don't know, but it's definitely this very, and it's really in your own head. I think that you don't have all of the information that you need in order to make a proper decision. So, what I want to say with this, you have some kind of financial opportunity coming in, and it's incredibly promising. I mean, it really is very promising, but you're going to doubt it. Not because you actually doubt the opportunity, but because you doubt yourself, but you're projecting it onto other people. Well, I don't uh agree with how they think, and I don't like that they these are their political views or something like that. But really, it's an incredible opportunity, and you just really are having some insecurities because you're feeling some kind of way, and it feels like you're kind of making up a story about why you don't want to work for these people, or why you don't want to gravitate towards this opportunity, when really it's just you. So this is an incredibly promising beginning, but I need you to, if you want to overcome the situation that you've put yourself in, or that you're in, then you're going to have to put in the effort. You're going to have to get over yourself. I know this is very harsh, okay, but you're going to need to get over yourself, and you're going to just need to do it. Because this is exactly the solution. This is the solution. And you have to think, like, just because it's a page, don't get it twisted. The page comes after the 10 of Pentacles. It's already established. This is like a business that's already established. Like, for instance, right? You guys know that I work with Hipsy, work for Hipsy, and they're not like a huge company like when I met them, but they've certainly like gotten bigger, right? And so I ended up being like, okay, yeah, like I'll do this, I'll make these advertisement videos, and yeah, hell yeah, like I'll get on your platform, let's see what it's about, right? It ended up being a total game changer for me. It like totally changed my financial situation. So understand that sometimes, small men can cast very big shadows, as George Martin put it in the Song of Ice and Fire, or the Song of Ice and Fire series. So something to kind of think about, but don't sabotage it. The Chariot, the Eight of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune. You don't need to sit here and, rethink it and think it over again and then think it over it again. The Eight of Swords is nobody's doing it to you. The Eight of Swords is you're doing this to yourself. You're literally taking the key and you are putting yourself and locking yourself inside of a prison. Then on the outside, you're locking it. And then, like, you're putting the key in your pocket and you're like, oh, God, I can't believe I'm in here. And it's like, dude, the Chariot is asking you to have courage and have some willpower. Go for it. Whatever happens, fucking happens. But when you think like that, sometimes you'll notice that the biggest blessings really come in. Have faith in your dreams, baby. You and your loved ones are safe. So there may be some concern around stability or family or something like that. It's trying to tell you, and it's funny because you actually got the new moon in Cancer card, so good for you. So it's telling you that everything's going to be fine. Like, whatever you're worried about, I promise that you will be fine. At least from this reading, okay? If this is your reading, you're going to be fine. And it's telling you to have faith, not just in your dreams, but how you can personally manifest your dreams, which is going to take action. So don't sabotage yourself, okay? So that is what I have for you, Aquarius. Thank you guys so much. I hope you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to book a super chat question, then you can do so right here on YouTube. The menu is right there. What's up, Billy? Right, Shakar? That was a great reading. Oh, you're welcome, Laurel. Respect to you as well. All right, let's see. What was that? Oh. What's going on, Pisces? How are you? Welcome. Hope you guys are doing super awesome. Let's go ahead and see the good coming towards you for this coming week. Seven of Swords reversed in your energy, the Seven of Wands reversed for the good coming to you, and the King of Swords for your advice. Let's see that Seven of Swords reversed. What's that Seven of Swords reversed? The Queen of Wands reversed. Okay. For some of you, you have a guilty conscience about something, and you're basically confessing something to this Queen of Wands reversed, okay? And they may not be too happy about it, but I feel like you're handling it well, and you seem to be having faith and optimism that everything will work out, and I think that it will. For others of you, this is where you are realizing some of your own internal issues that you've been dealing with. So maybe you have jealousy issues, maybe you have anger issues. Maybe you have issues around, not trusting that you can lead. Maybe you have issues around feeling like you can't perform, right? Maybe you're a singer or something like that. The Queen of Wands reverse can also care too much about what everybody else thinks, right? And she can get kind of weird about it. And so, whatever it is, it seems like there's a realization around those things. And so, what you're doing is you're putting the focus on yourself and you're trying to make practical decisions through that. And you're trying to heal that part of yourself. And it looks like that's essentially what you're doing. I also feel like there may be something that you're deciding upon when it comes to sharing something with the world. Maybe you're putting something on social media, maybe you're writing a book, whatever it is. But it feels very deep. It feels very fucking honest. Like it feels very honest. Like the Seven of Swords reverse is like, damn, I can't believe like they were honest about that shit. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have fucking said that, but like there's honor in it, or there's some level of vulnerability that is attractive to people or that may be drawing people in. So for instance, if you own a YouTube channel and you go up there and you like are just very like, I remember like there was this one autistic woman, and she like showed up and she's like, listen, I don't have any fucking friends, I really don't like people, I'm a loser, she's like, I'm a fucking loser, like I don't have a job and I like live at my parents, and I'm 29 and whatever, right? And she was just like so vulnerable, and she's like, I feel like a loser, right? And I'm not saying you should go up there and talk down on yourself, but she was so vulnerable. She got so many views, like I think it was like 2 million or something. I can't remember. But she got so much good feedback of like people telling her that she wasn't alone. Like you're not alone. Like, you know what I mean? And some people going in there and confessing their own things. Like, listen, I'm 40 and I actually live with my parents because I was just kind of in a shitty situation and I've been having a hard time getting out of my own head and blah blah blah. So I feel, and I'm not saying you're going up and making a YouTube video about you being a loser. That's not what I'm saying. It's just there's some level of like vulnerability to it. And I feel like you're handling it well. Um, the good coming to you, we have the Seven of Wands reversed, the Three of Swords reversed, and the Five of Wands reversed. So I feel like something's going to occur where you finally stand up for yourself in some way, where maybe you've been feeling intimidated, you've been having a hard time letting go of a specific person or some kind of heartache or whatever it is. Now this doesn't feel like this is about ego anymore, or you trying to fight it, or you trying to fight with anyone really. It almost feels like you're just kind of um I don't wanna say giving up. Like, for instance, when I said you may have an issue around, like, jealousy or anger issues or doubting yourself or whatever it is, right? Like, there's something around that. And so it feels like the realization that you're having around whatever the Queen of Wands in reverse is about for you, it feels like there's a realization and there's a letting go of whatever that is. Like, um like maybe you're really hung up on your ex, like liking girls' pictures or something. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe you're still hung up on that in some way, shape, or form. And then you just come to realize, like, this has nothing to do with me. Why am I even looking at this shit? Why do I even give a fuck anymore? Or there's something, you're just kind of giving up on it. You're like, why am I, this doesn't even matter. Like, why is my ego so invested into this? This is doing nothing for me or whatever it is. And then maybe you go and like share, talk about it on Twitter. I mean, fuck, I don't know, right? Whatever the thing is. But your advice, the King of Swords, the Nine of Cups reversed, and the Seven of Pentacles. So, like, this is once again about honesty. This is about honesty and transparency and making logical decisions and, asking ourselves, what are we really investing our time and our energy into? And is that actually getting us what we want? Like, is me investing all of my time and energy into looking at my ex girlfriend's Instagram and, stalking everybody she's following to see whose pictures she's liking? Why am I doing that? Does that make fucking sense? No. And am I getting what I want out of it? No. Right? So basically it feels like there maybe was something that you were giving to or something you were doing that fooled yourself into thinking that you had some level of control over whatever that thing is. Right? So like, oh yes, if I know whose pictures he's liking, then this is going to what? Prevent something? Now you're going to know and now what? Right? You're worse off. So I just feel like you're going to need to invest your time and your energy into things that make sense for you, where you can actually get the outcome that you desire. Nothing is yet set in stone, and it's time to release negativity. So, once again, you may be very focused on maybe like a specific outcome or controlling something in some way, or, maybe you're catastrophizing something or whatever it is. And so it's telling you, like, just kind of chill out a little bit. Like, I think that when it comes to this full moon in Scorpio card, it's time to release negativity. There may be a lot of pent up things that you're holding on to. And for some reason, I'm hearing it's affecting your body or affecting your skin or affecting your health or your sleep or something like that. And so with this mutable moon card, it's telling you if you just kind of like ease up a little bit and just like try to relax and just be like, you know what, fuck it, like that's really going to allow you to release the shit. Let it wash up onto shore. Don't try to control the motion of the ocean. It's going to move how it wants to move. Okay. The only thing that you can do is row your little boat. That's about it. So that's what I have for you, Pisces. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys want to book a super chat question to get your cards read during this live, then you can do so right here on YouTube. Thanks a lot, Pisces. Oh, dear God. And it's a Virgo man. Watch out, please. What's up, Selena? What's up, Mary? Okay, you guys, I'm gonna like get a snack, maybe grab some tea, take a little bathroom break, but I'll be back, okay? I just need to like I'm realizing that I'm starting to kind of like lose my energy a little bit, so I just need to get like eat a little piece of chocolate or some fruit or something, but I'll be right back, okay? I really just wanted to put on a big tea. Oh, Mojo, thank you. That's so kind. You are my tarot crush, and it has nothing to do with your looks, but you are rocking that nose ring. Thanks. Yeah, I was trying to like make myself not look so straight. Like I started doing my little slits in my eyebrows, which I really fucked up. But then I put on my little nose ring or whatever. Like I just because I asked my best friend a while ago, I was like, okay, be honest. If you were to never ever meet me and you didn't know me, you know, would you think that I was straight? And he was like, yes. I was like, oh, I don't want to look straight. Mm, 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 mm. So good. Okay. Do I have any peaches in my teeth? All right, so not Pisces, fuck. Aries, what's going on? I hope that you guys are doing super awesome. Let's go ahead and take a look at the good coming towards you for next week. Yay! Your energy, the Page of Cups reversed. The good coming to you is the Fool. The Four of Swords reversed for your advice, okay? Okay. Woo! You're having a big old transformation, and it feels weird. It feels weird, you know? There's some self-value and some self-worth issues. I definitely think that there may be some mommy issues present, or you can be having issues around like your childhood, remembering your childhood, and you know how that has contributed to your lack of self-worth or your self-value. And so what you're doing is you're essentially putting an end to it. I don't think that you want to feel like this anymore. I don't think that you want to live this way. For others of you, if you have you know, been feeling a little bit creatively constipated, I think that this may be a time where something inside of you changes. There can be an ending that ends up kind of inspiring some level of creation or allows you to, um, I don't know, create that poem, create that song, whatever it is. Tell me about that death card. The sun reversed. Yeah. Well, the sun is Leo energy. And so Leo can very much be about what's in the heart or the heart in general. Like in medical astrology, the heart is, you know, or the sun is literally the heart, you know, or Leo represents the heart, right? So I feel like with this, there's something that's happening where it feels like you're just being honest, you're just being vulnerable, but it feels like you're being kind of like it's almost like you have no other choice but to be vulnerable, you know? Like when I go through a breakup or something and I go to write poetry, like it is 100% me on that page, bitch, right? There's no faking it, there's no fooling it, straight from the heart. And I feel like something like that is happening with you. And where you may have had some like lack of optimism in your life or some doubts, I feel like this ending or this change is going to turn that around. So I kind of feel like maybe there's this darkness that has happened or this kind of dark tunnel that you've been walking through, but it seems like it's one foot in front of the other and there's some kind of light at the end of the tunnel that you're walking towards. And I feel like you're going to meet it. So the good coming to you is the Fool. So a brand new beginning, and it's going to be something completely different than what you're used to. It's not going to be the same old, same old. It's not going to be the same patterns. It's not going to be the same crap. It's options. You have options available to you. And I feel like for some of you, you may be icing people out right now in order to kind of get into that creative space. You may have a new beginning in regards to something that you very much fantasized about, something that you dreamed about. Tell me about that 7 of Cups, the Emperor reversed. It can be around like trying to attract a partner that you feel like is for you in some way, shape, or form. And so I feel like it may be that at this time, like if this is about love, you can kind of have your pick of the litter at this time, where you can feel like options are available to you. But what's funny is it almost feels like you're not really interested in one particular option. You're just kind of enjoying the all you can eat buffet. And, because you are different now, or because you are evolving, or you're having some kind of deep seated revelation, you're choosing different and you're doing different, or you're hanging out in different places. It feels like for some of you, you're having some kind of creative breakthrough. And I say that because that 7 of Cups is very creative. It's a little darkly creative. It's Venus and Scorpio. I'm a Venus and Scorpio, but creative nonetheless. And it feels like there's some kind of breakthrough that you're having in regards to that. So I really like it. Your advice is the 4 of Swords reversed, the Ace of Cups reversed, and the Hangman. So it may very well be telling you spend some alone time. Don't be afraid to spend some time with yourself. And I feel like with that Hangman as well, that's Neptunian. It's also very creative. This can be telling you like, who are you hanging out with? Where are you hanging out with? What kind of content are you consuming that is stressing you out, that is draining your energy? Do you need to go to a therapist? Do you still have some physical healing that you need to work on? And so it's kind of asking you to surrender to that, or surrender to the aloneness. Don't be afraid to be alone. Don't be afraid to lock yourself in a room, for 6 hours or a couple of days to write that novel, write a couple of chapters of that novel, or to be able to whatever. And so, creativity is so very much the seed of our souls. It's creativity is everything to me. And so I feel like creativity is important for everyone. Even if you don't have a creative bone in your body, I think it's important for people to create art. You never know who's going to need it. So for some of you, that's kind of what it's feeling like. Um, what's that, Hangman? 8 of Cups. Oh, very Piscean. I feel like there's an old perspective that you've had for a while that is no longer working for you. It's just not working for you. It's asking you to release that perspective. It's also telling you that there's some sacrifices that you're going to need to make, and sometimes that means you're going to have to walk away from something or someone in order to walk towards the thing or the person that you do want. And you're not going to see it right now in the moment. And the thing is that you're not supposed to. But when you keep involving yourself with people, places, things that you are not for you, that is draining your energy. Maybe you're draining theirs. Maybe it's mutual in that way. But you're not going to see what's on the other side of that door until you close the other one. And that's the hard part, because you think in the moment, this is all there is. But that's just not true. And life should have proven that to you time and time again, right? Believe in the impossible. Shut that door so the other one opens. Balance spirituality and practicality. So once again, I know that we have our day-to-day lives, and we got to clean the house, hopefully, right? Hopefully you're cleaning the house, hopefully you're doing what it is that you have to do and all of these things. But once again, don't be afraid to lock yourself in your room for a couple of days in order to have some peace, to heal. I don't know, to watch a movie by yourself, to gain some peace of mind, to maybe study maybe some, I don't know, something about depression or anxiety or something that you may have, or whatever it is. Meditate, journal, things like that. So that is what I have for you, Aries. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to book a super chat question, then you can do so right here on YouTube. The menu is right here, okay? You know why I like Geminis? Because their sun sign falls in my second house. And in synastry, sometimes when, I mean, you have to see the, aspects it's making. But sometimes when somebody has their sun in your second house, the sun person can very much see that person's value, can see the house person's value. Because when the sun, think about like if the sun came into your room right now, right? Metaphorically, it would burn everything down, but it would like, right? It would light up every corner. And the second house can be about your value, and it can also be your talents. And so I feel like people whose sun fall in that house, the house person can feel very seen in that way. Like they can be very they can compliment you a lot or be like, wow, you're doing such a good job, right? The sun is like the heart space in a way. It's the soul. And so their sun, usually falls in my second house if we're looking at Placidus. I need my little Taurus snacks. Speaking of Taurus, what's going on, Taurus? How are you? Welcome. Let's go ahead and see the good coming towards you for this next week. Judgment reversed for your energy, the Two of Swords for the good coming to you, and the Six of Wands for your advice. Okay. What's the Judgment reversed? What the fuck? All right. So I'm just going to tell you, okay? And I'm going to play it. I had to see what the good, because I'm like, what's going on here? I kind of had an idea, but I just wanted to verify. So for some of you, this may be reversed, okay? But I'm going to spin it a couple of different ways. So if you like have an ex or you have a friend that you haven't really been talking to or something like that, there may be this energy where you're thinking a lot about them. You're thinking a lot about this person. You keep thinking about the happy memories, etc. But you're in this energy of like, well, I don't want to approach them because if I do, then I'll have to take accountability or I'll have to make a really big decision that I really don't want to make. And, um, um, I'm gonna prove that I don't need this person anyway, and I'm fine anyway. And and you're kind of maybe taking a little bit of an immature approach to it. But I feel like this conversation is exactly the thing that you need, whether you realize it or not. And so it can probably bring you some kind of level of peace and peace of mind because that Two of Swords can literally talk about a truce. And then the Nine of Swords reverse is that truce is taking away that worry or that anxiety that you've had in some way. And does this person hate me, or maybe you really miss this person, you want them back in your life, and really that conversation and that level of taking accountability is going to make them show up for you. And so I remember there was a time like when I didn't go live for like 2 weeks or something like that. And then like I finally went live and like nobody was in there really. And one of my friends is like, "Oh God, that really sucks." I said, "Well, I didn't show up for them. I can't expect them to show up for me, like." And I kind of feel like this is the same kind of deal. So I feel like you're gonna get a lot of answers. For others of you, if it, it can just be reversed. Okay. There can be somebody who's doing this, but take it as it resonates. What's that Knight of Swords about? The Four of Wands. I feel like there's going to be some kind of breakthrough between you and another person. And it's like you're thinking about this person a lot. You may miss them quite a bit. There's clearly a very deep connection, but it's like you feel as though you're already going to get bad news or like you have to prove something. So you're not going to be the one to reach out first or whatever. But like, I really believe that if you give this some attention, it will turn out in a way that you didn't expect. Okay. Yeah, see? Take action. Take action and be vulnerable. Like, be fucking honest. Like, tell the truth, be honest. I really believe if you took action towards whomever this is or whatever, like you may be allowing your fears to really get in the way. And fear is a very scary thing. The feeling of fear is scarier than the thing that is causing the fear in the first place because it controls people. It controls people in a way that makes them do things they would never really do. And so I think that if you just went up into it and you were just truthful and you were just honest and you were just passionate about it and you were a little lighthearted, giving this person maybe a little bit of attention, it may turn out in a way that you didn't expect. The high priest is clarifying the moon reversed. I really feel like there's a lot of potential in regards to this friendship or this relationship, but it's like playing that game with yourself of, oh, well, they don't want to talk to me anyway, or, oh, well, I don't want to have to take accountability for that thing anyway. And I just feel like you got to get it together, buddy. Advice: your hard work is paying off. I feel like your hard work will pay off. The energy is gaining momentum. New moon in Capricorn energy. I feel like your hard work will pay off. But for this new moon, this is a new moon in Capricorn card. Okay, it says new moon in Capricorn here. And a new moon in Capricorn can be about something that we're starting that is of great responsibility and takes incredible maturation. Like it's a very mature approach that we're taking towards something. And I truly believe if you take your time with whatever this is, if you're really honest and you take a mature approach and you do the work, I believe that you can have some incredible results with whatever this is, or this connection, or this relationship. For some of you, this is about dealing with some financial issues or something like that, where you have a higher calling, but you keep ignoring it for some kind of level of comfort that is actually not comfortable at all. And if you would just stop avoiding it and actually get out of your own head and take action, you can like move into a new house or, have more stability in your life. But it's going to take work. Okay. So for some of you, it's not necessarily about a person, but I feel like you're going to have a lot more success than you think that you will, but it's your fear that's holding you back from that level of success. So that is what I have for you, Taurus. Thank you so much. I hope you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to book a super chat question, you can do so right here on YouTube. That is the menu. What's up, Alexis? Oh, dear God. What's going on, girl? I hope you're okay. Well, I think about your life more than mine sometimes. I'll be, I'll be sitting on the couch like, damn, what is she going to do about what could she do about obviously they're like contemplating this shit for myself on my fucking free time. All right. Gemini, what's going on? I hope you guys are doing great. Let's go ahead and take a look at the good coming towards you for this coming week. Period. Ace of Swords. The world for the good coming to you. Damn, and the two aces and tarot. Come on now. That's incredible. Let's see that Ace of Swords. What's that, Lovers? So it seems like there's some truth that's being spoken that you most likely will speak towards another. It could be that you've maybe been blaming another person for a long time, and now maybe you're apologizing, or somebody's been blaming you for a long time, and now they're apologizing, or you're able to kind of let go of some level of animosity between you and another person. But while there's clarity in all of these things, and there's this logical maybe decision making that you're attempting to make, there is a lot of love here. With that Queen of Cups, you may be feeling quite sensitive. You're very well aware of how emotionally disconnected maybe you feel from another person. There can be some awareness around what your values are and what makes sense, and in regards to your love life specifically, even if you're not attached to somebody, I feel like you likely want love, you're open to love, and maybe even ready for love, but there's also this reckoning of understanding how you have cut yourself off at the knees by joining with partners that really don't adhere to the things that you need, or that really don't fit the bill for what you base your belief system on, or your fundamentals on, like. So tell me about the Ace of Swords, the Knight of Cups. There may be some action being taken by another towards you, and it seems like you're being very clear cut and honest and dry and open about something, but there's a lot of love here, but at the same time there's a lot of differences as well, which may make it very difficult. So if you've been having issues around debts or finances or jobs or anything like that, that world there tells me that there's some kind of positive uh accumulation, or there's some kind of positive ending towards a new beginning. So maybe if you've been unemployed, now you're employed. Maybe if you've been dealing with a lot of debts or something, now you're paying them off, right? The World and the Five of Pentacles, the Hermit. Damn. Talk about a freaking soul searching, wisdom acquiring, uh, maturation process. You're accomplishing something. You're accomplishing something that makes me feel like it has to do more with you and who you are on an individual level, really, than anything else. But if you've been feeling alone, or you've been feeling by yourself, or you've really been kind of sitting with your abandonment wounds and all of these things, I feel like that's going to change. It seems like some kind of accomplishment that you're having next week is giving you a lot of insight into who you are, and um, why you still have these abandonment wounds, or whatever wounds they are. Tell me about that world, the Hierophant. There could be a solidification of a relationship. Interesting. So the world is where there's a positive accomplishment. Okay, well, accomplishments are usually positive, but there's an accomplishment that's occurring. But the thing about the world is, while there's a peaceful ending or an accomplishment, there's also a brand new chapter happening. And so I feel like a lot of it has to do with you on a personal level and your level of success. I feel like this is very grounded in reality. This is very earthy. This is all earth energy. This is all earth energy. It's something you can touch, taste, feel, smell. It's not just like an idea or a fantasy, it's something in real time. And it can be around education, a relationship, something in regards to a mentor, something in regards to a guru or a religious leader, or once again, a relationship, like I stated before. So it's something like that. Maybe like some training. Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles reverse, and the Justice card. Okay. Well, this is your advice. So it's basically telling you, like, these opportunities that you're getting ready to call in, or even create for yourself, you can have them. It's going to take a lot of work, but it's going to bring also a lot of balance into your life as well. But that Queen of Pentacles reverse is saying that it's something that you're going to have to nurture and maintain. It can't just show up and then it's just there and then that's fine. You have to really nurture it. You have to take care of it. If you have any insecurities or, well, we all have them, any kind of insecurities that you think may end up sabotaging these opportunities, I advise you to nip that shit in the ass right now, because you will ruin it if you don't. This is about making balanced decisions, understanding that something isn't just about you. Not saying that that's how you think, okay? But that Queen of Pentacles reversed and the Justice, it can be like something is just about you. You can be overly emotional about things and then screw shit up. So it's basically saying just nurture this. Take initiative, understand that it's going to take a lot of work and that's okay. But you're having some kind of accomplishment next week. Emotions are running high. And don't let your past hold you back. So, I feel like there can be a conversation that does get a little heated. It can feel really intense. But it can say, how is your past, or how are your past issues? How are your old self-sabotaging behaviors, or your old addictions, or your own um, coping mechanisms? How can that ruin future prospects, or how can that ruin what you've built thus far? And so it's asking you not to allow that to hold you back or to ruin things for you. This can also, the South Node is kind of like, where we lose one's head, where we're not thinking properly, right? Because K2, or the South Node, is basically the dragon's ass, okay? It's like it's headless, right? Where the North Node is the dragon's head, the South Node is like the dragon's tail or the dragon's ass, okay? So it's kind of like doesn't know where the hell it's going. So when your emotions get really high with this emotions are running high card, it would behoove you to basically chill the fuck out, because I feel like these emotions that are running high like this, that get like this, it's coming from somewhere. It's coming from somewhere, and if you can understand where it's coming from, I'd be like, "Oh, I know, because I know why I'm getting triggered by this, because this is making me feel the way my mom felt when she told me that she wanted me out of the house," or, whatever it is. And so understanding that that may not actually be what's going on, it's just that you are relating a past hurtful childhood situation to a current situation now. And so if you can recognize that and nip it in the ass in the moment, you can really have a lot of success in your life. So that is what I have for you, Gemini. Thank you so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to book a super chat question, then you can do so right here on YouTube. This is the menu. All right, let's go ahead and move on to super chat questions. All right, so we have Eddie. What do I need to know? I would prepare for some kind of love in your life, some kind of connection in your life, some kind of soulmate connection. What I will say is be cautious of like giving in too easily or getting super paranoid and kind of ruining it, right? The Nine of Wands reverse can talk about when we're a little paranoid, or it can be where we're giving in too quickly due to whatever self-worth, self-value issues, desperation, right? Not calling you desperate, just saying these are some of the, examples that I could give you. And so it may be saying, make sure that while this connection may be wonderful and sweet and loving and all of that, it can be saying, make sure that proper boundaries are in place. What is that Nine of Wands reversed? The Three of Wands reversed. Okay. Yeah, so I said, well, what are you asking him to do? And then I got the Strength card. So it's a little bit of holding back, a little bit of restraint, I think is going to be healthy for you. I think with that Two of Cups there, this can feel very attractive. This can feel like somebody who really understands you. It's very, very sexy. And so you may want to give in far too quickly and then get frustrated when things don't really work out. So allow yourself to um feed into it bit by bit. Don't just go all in and be like, yeah, let's get the U-Haul and move in together tomorrow, like obviously, right? So yeah, I feel like there will be a connection that's coming in. It's just asking you to make sure that you maybe take a little bit of time. And if it's with a partner, then it may be saying that, like if you already have a partner, then it may be saying that you guys are needing to have proper boundaries a little bit more. Thanks a lot, Eddie. Brian, thank you so much. Um, So there are a lot of super chat questions that don't have any writing in them. So when that happens, I can't really answer. If you had something, let me see. Okay, good. You commented on it. Oh, they made that a thing now. Oh, thank God. Um, did well, not everybody did that. So Bad Debut, did you have a question? I didn't see Batty Boo's question because it's not in the super chat. Thanks a lot, Bad Lady Vet. Good to see you. I don't know if she had a question or does anybody fucking know? Okay. Well, let's see this person's feelings, I guess. This person's feelings for you, Eight of Pentacles and the King of Wands reversed. So, this person may want to work on things with you, like actually put in a genuine effort. Maybe they are, maybe that's something they plan to do. But with that King of Wands reverse, they may not have the full confidence that they can show up in the way that you need. They may feel like there's a certain standard that they need to meet in order for them to be lovable to you, or in order for them to, uh, you know, be masculine in your eyes or really be a man in your eyes. So I feel like they want to work on it, or they're trying to work on themselves. They're trying to do that. I feel like they're interested in that, but at the same time there is a lack of confidence there, or there's some kind of ego thing that they have attached to this connection. Like, oh God, well, I don't think I'm going to be able to do all that, and she expects me to do this and blah, blah, or whatever, silly shit. Um Then we have Soul Record Psychic. I think my boyfriend has a sugar mama and two, a gay lover. Things that I've come to. It's my intuition. Can you confirm yes or no for each? Is there a sugar mama? Ten of Cups reversed. Ten of Cups reversed is there's really no support there. There's really no support or a true relationship there. So my guess would be no. A gay lover, Queen of Swords, potentially with that Queen of Swords. This person can be quite the queen, you know what I'm saying? This person can be an air sign. Technically, Queen of Swords is a Libra, so it can be a Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising. But it can just be an air, Sun, Moon, or Rising. So I would say yes on the gay lover, no on the sugar mama. That was not on my bingo card for tonight. Thank you, Soul Record. Jasmine, what is happening in their heart during this silence? Oh, that's such a cute question. Let me see. They're not happy with how things are. Temperance reverse can be where we're like discontent about how things have been, right? We're having a hard time seeing things correctly. We're just having a hard time in general. We're not happy with how things have ended or how essentially they have come about. So I feel like this person probably isn't doing that well. Um, Sorry, hold on. Okay. Holding back, afraid to take a chance because they're afraid that they're going to lose, or they're afraid that the reward will not be worth the risk, essentially. So it seems like they're a little nervous. Yeah, two of wands reverse, staying in their comfort zone, kind of going back to the drawing board, not really sure what to do, but not happy with what's happening now. Six of Pentacles reversed, they're not really giving to it. I feel like this person may have lacked gratitude at some point. You know, they may be thinking about that, or they feel like you lacked gratitude in some way, whichever way it goes, but they're not happy with how things are. Like how it is right now in this moment, they're not happy about that. Um Nina, what do we have for Nina? Nina Clark, are you in here? Or did she comment on her thing? Okay, we got it. Never mind. Nina Clark, what should I be focusing on right now to reach my personal abundance? The Ten of Wands. So the Ten of Wands is saying like you're almost there. You're almost there with something, but it's about that one last push that you need to take in order to really have that kind of maturation process, or to be able to build a new opportunity for yourself. So there's something, it's almost feels like a chapter that you're needing to complete. So the Ten of Wands is like Saturn and Sagittarius. This is like the final load, the final responsibility, the final project that you need to finish, the final goal that you need to complete. The Devil. So the devil can be a lot of different things. So it can be, so if the Ten of Wands is about taking responsibility, the devil can sometimes be about fears, self-sabotaging behaviors, addictions, power trips. Even if you're addicted to social media, is that taking up a lot of your time? Could you be more productive? Whatever it is. So it's asking you to take responsibility for that and finish it, because sometimes it's not always about addition, it's about subtraction, and that subtraction can remove certain things out of your life, so that way you can attract new things and the things that are for you. But the Ten of Wands is like a full ass responsibility, and so it can be about really stepping up to the plate. And sometimes the Ten of Wands can talk about not just taking responsibility for yourself, but also for others as well, whatever that means. The Tower, the Ten of Swords. This is about a foundation that you may have built that's a bit shaky. And it's basically saying, okay, well, you got two choices essentially. You can either go down with the shaky ship, right? You can go down with it, or you can try to sit here and hold on to it as much as you can. The Tower reversed, for instance, reminds me of somebody who's like in a crumbling building, but they're still trying to hold up the walls. And it's like, all right, bro, you got to let it go. You know what I mean? So there's something that you must let go of. You have to let go of this thing. You have to allow the change to happen, or you have to make the decision to change something yourself. It has to be done, dead. You got to get it over with. I mean, the fact that the Ten of Wands is here, the Devil, the Tower, the Ten of Swords tells me that there's some serious trials and or tribulations that are happening in your life that have to go, or you must evolve from them, or something's got to give. And so it's basically saying, and I know this sounds very threatening, right? I don't mean to make it sound that way, but the Tower is saying, like, for advice, if you don't make the change, I will make the change for you. And that's really going to suck. So it can be that you're needing to put an end to certain people, places, things in your life, like for instance, if you're like, I don't know, maybe I'm not saying that this is what it is, but maybe you're like drinking, 3 days out of the week. And it's like, but that time could be spent in such a better way. You know what I mean? So that's kind of that. But good luck, Nina. Thank you so much. Now we have Jasmine. I want to know how things will turn out for me and Libra Sun, Leo Moon, Aquarius rising in July. We're not talking right now. Okay. All right, let me see. How will things turn out from her perspective? One's reversed. Four of Cups reversed. Somebody here is still kind of, sitting in their pee-pee pants a little bit, right? This can be somebody who is kind of, there could be some block communication. There can be some, like, we're trying to force communication, but it's not really working. Let me tell me about that Eight of Wands reversed, the King of Cups. There is love here. I definitely will say that there's love here, but I don't feel like this person is necessarily coming out and saying that, or like saying it out loud. It's almost like they feel as though their heart chakra is blocked, or they just can't say it, or maybe their ego or their pride won't allow them to say it, or maybe there is a fear of rejection here as well with that Four of Cups reversed. So this may be somebody who's like thinking, well, maybe I'll just let it go. Even though there's a lot of love here, it seems like they're trying to hide it, or they're trying to quiet it. Three of Swords. It feels like there's a lot of heartbreak. It feels like there's a lot of heartbreak and a lot of holding in of emotions. And this is supposed to be from your perspective. So you may feel like this person is not, or this person is not talking about their feelings to you. If anything, they're just holding on to some kind of heartbreak, and so are you. There is love here, though, from their side. Or very strong feelings. Jasmine times 2. I forgot to ask how my Libra Sun, Leo Moon, and Aquarius rising is currently feeling about me. All right, let's see. Eight of Pentacles. Okay. The Nine of Cups reversed. They may feel like it's a lot of work. They may feel like they try, but maybe they don't meet your standard. They may feel like you try, but maybe sometimes they're just not really sure if this is what they want. The Eight of Pentacles, if this is how they feel about you, they can feel like you put a lot of effort in regards to the connection, and maybe that's something that sometimes they're willing to do as well. But the Nine of Cups reversed is like, something's not hitting, like something's not, it almost feels like a quincunx in astrology, where a quincunx in astrology is where two planets are trying to like make an aspect, but it's like they're like just missing each other, so it's like it's there, but it's like not quite. So that's kind of what it feels like to me, or what it feels like to him, what it feels like to me about him and how he feels about you. Thanks a lot, Jasmine. Mary, I will definitely answer this one for now, but understand that all super chat questions are $4.99 and up, okay? Or 5 and up. But I will answer this one. Will the ex Libra break our no contact? Seven of Wands reversed. If this person has like been putting up a defense towards you or been keeping you at arm's bay, I feel like that defense will come down. And I feel like it will happen, but maybe not in necessarily the most ideal way. It almost feels like there's a defensiveness here, or kind of an ego thing, or an intimidation thing that's kind of coming off of this person. Thank you so much. And then we got my girl Luna. Best way to navigate co-parenting situation with Greg and his true intentions towards me. All right, let me see. The Three of Wands. Well, this is Sun in Aries. The Sun is exalted in Aries. The Sun is about confidence and leadership, and so is Aries in a way, just kind of different. Aries is a little bit more militant, where Leo, or the Sun, is a little bit more. I don't want to say creative because that sounds cruel, but not cruel, but sounds rude. But it is. It's like the Sun is a little bit more like creative leadership and jolly leadership, and kind of, whether you like this person or not, like you kind of think of Obama, right? Like Obama's was kind of funny and he kind of made these jokes. He was a Leo. As opposed to like, like a military leader. It's like, get on the ground, but the Sun does beautifully in Aries. And that's what the Three of Wands is about. And it's almost making me feel like the way that you initiate contact with this person or the direction that you take, it needs to be leading by example and having that patience. It's about kind of putting that out there, you know, in a cool, calm, collected way, right? So, like, think about how you would want him to talk to you or respond to you. And so it's basically saying that you, unfortunately, are going to need to be the one that's going to lead how this is going to go. You're going to have to lead by example, in my opinion. His true intentions towards you, Page of Pentacles reverse. The Page of Pentacles reverse doesn't really, if this is an intent, doesn't really have the intention to really put in the work. Doesn't really have an intent on um, creating an opportunity that is sustainable for long term. It's just kind of like, yeah, you know, it's kind of like, not to be weird, but it's kind of like, I'm just fucking off. So just be cautious with that. Thank you so much, Luna. Cute name, too. Batty Boo, what are Armin's future actions towards me? Okay. Okay. I feel like they may have been worried about what you think, or there may have been a little anxiety that they've had, or sleepless nights, or maybe it's just something small, but it feels like they're getting out of their head about something and taking action. It looks quite sexual. It looks pretty sexual. The Ace of Wands is a very strong attraction that one person has towards another. And I feel like you are, or this person is taking initiative towards you. They're just taking action. It feels very sexual. Zaza, does Charles miss me? Does he regret pulling his energy back? Let me see. Does Charles miss her? High Priestess. I feel like this person finds you very sexually desirable. So I would say the High Priestess and the Moon, from my education, I guess you could say in tarot, is usually either a maybe or a kind of. So I would say somewhere between there, but I definitely feel like there's a very strong sexual pull that this person has towards you. Does he regret pulling his energy back? Queen of Swords. I would say yeah. He may miss talking to you with that Queen of Swords. He could just feel like maybe you're a lot smarter than he expected, or you're a lot wiser, or you don't take any shit, you know? So he may a little, yeah. But I think that there's a little bit of an intimidation there that he has for some reason. Then we have It's a Pisces Thing. What should I expect in matters of love in the near future? Okay. It can be a Pisces person, another Pisces, okay? But it kind of just feels like nothing's really happening, or there's not really a strong investment. If anything, it feels like emotions are very quiet. We're not really being open and honest about how we feel, or there are some fears around investing too much in a connection. Is there like a person coming towards her? Mm. Like, I feel like the people that you're meeting aren't really down for a full investment or full commitment. Like there's not a future oriented focus. You can meet people that are very jealous or have anger issues or are catty, or you know, you could end up getting really fired up because you feel like the time and energy that you've been investing in, or the time and energy that you have invested into a particular person has just been kind of a waste of time. And you can be getting very aggravated by that, if I'm being 100% honest with you. So I would say, like, just, you know, be cautious and listen to your gut, listen to your instincts. Mary, will my ex Libra break no contact? We've been in for 4 months. I feel like they're not really doing anything. Like it's almost like I think I got the 7 of Wands for you last time with that conversation. It's like this weird energy of they're not taking action, but they would receive you if you were to come in. Does that make sense? So, like, that 7 of Wands reverse that I saw earlier, I'm pretty sure that was you. That's kind of like where our defenses are down a little bit. And same for the Hangman. It's just kind of more like let go and let God. But there's no real initiation. It's just more of like being open to you breaking contact. All right. Alexis, congrats, by the way. Elle got a job opportunity here today and said, looks like I'm moving in. Will this actually happen, do you think? The Emperor reversed. Knight of Swords reversed. The Hermit. It feels like, if anything, with that Emperor reversed, it feels like he's trying to control a specific narrative, or he's not really taking initiative like he should. The Emperor reversed doesn't really take initiative. The Knight of Swords reversed is very passive. It's just kind of going with the flow or doing whatever you want to do, or that's what it feels like. It doesn't really. So the Hermit is kind of a backing away, or kind of being alone, or we're rethinking things. There's double Mercury energy here, which shows me that there's a lot of mental energy invested into this, but the Hermit is more about being by the self. So what about the next 2 months? Is he going to move there in the next 2 months? So the Four of Pentacles reverse the Wheel of Fortune and the Temperance. If he really takes a chance and does it, I do feel like there can be movement forward, and it could be that he actually does make the decision. The Wheel of Fortune, the Temperance. This is double Jupiterian energy, which can talk about travel. So I would say yes, but I feel like he's going to have to take the risk. I feel like he's going to have to bet on it. And I feel like it could end up being very good for him. But that Emperor reverse and that Knight of Swords reverse with the Hermit tells me that he really needs to take a little bit more initiative in his life. I pulled these out just for you, by the way. Um, your dreams need a practical plan and show the world the real you. So, I mean, yeah, like, I feel like when it comes to this particular situation, yeah, I feel like it does need a practical plan, and I feel like you're gonna learn that in time. I feel like this is more so about him. Show the world the real you, because that Hermit energy is there. And this is about really becoming a lot more self-aware around who we are, where we lack, how we could be better, etc. All of these things. And so I feel like he's needing to be very honest with himself, and reveal the ways that he could be better. I feel like he needs to make plans himself. I feel like he needs to be productive himself. That's what Taurus is about. And this is full moon in Taurus. It's about being productive. It's about building something. It's about being responsible. So yeah. Thanks a lot, Alexis. Always good to see you. Bryant. Hi, Violetta. Lost my super chat virginity in last reading. Back for some more. Surprise me. Except for the surprise of doing nothing. I guess any topic reading you want. I don't really have any question in mind today. Okay. Let me see. I really want to say, with that Page of Swords reverse, I feel like you need to be uh I think you need to be cautious of the content that you're consuming. It can be messing with your brain, messing with your head a little bit, getting you worried. I want to say as well, be cautious with what information you're buying, and make sure that you're fact checking things with that Page of Swords reverse, because the Page of Swords reverse can be when we're assuming something or there's some kind of misinformation. So especially with this Mercury retrograde that we're about to have in Leo, definitely be cautious with that. Be cautious around like signing contracts, or maybe even getting scammed in some way. Okay, I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but just read between the lines, or read the fine print is basically what I want to say with that. Oh, the Empress. Who's this Empress? Well, the Empress can be a woman in your life. I don't know if this person has appeared yet or not, but it can be telling you not to assume something about this person. I don't know if this is your actual mother or just a person who is a mother in your life. What are you asking them to do? The Sun reversed. It feels like don't get in an ego trip about somebody that you may be attracted to, okay? If there's love in your life or something like that. Otherwise, it can be telling you to take better care of yourself. So the Empress, she or he, the cards are not gender specific, can be about being more creative, allowing yourself to indulge a little, take those long baths, go to the gym, create something, write some poetry, play some guitar, whatever the thing is for you. Because I feel like there may be something creative that you are needing to create, but you may not have the confidence, or you may be kind of putting it off or doubting it or something like that. Or there can be a woman that ends up coming into your life that you get a little bit insecure about or a little uncertain about. And so you kind of just assume that maybe this person doesn't like you or doesn't want you because of some kind of internal insecurity, or maybe you're assuming something about this person because maybe you feel intimidated in some kind of way. And so it's kind of asking you not to do that. Okay. So, I feel like this is advice. The Five of Pentacles reverse. This can be where we're needing to clear out some kind of debts, or we're needing to, with that Four of Swords as well. Here, let me just show you the card so you can see. With that Four of Swords as well and the Death card, this can be where our mental health issues are kind of, have took a turn for the worst, or we're needing to heal those things. Maybe there's some financial things that you're needing to pay. Maybe there's some financial things that you're needing to deal with, some financial things that you're needing to work on behind the scenes, or this can be saying that you can transform through therapy in some way. So if you do have a therapist or you have somebody to talk to, that can be very important. And once again, there can be some mental transformations that need to take place. Maybe it's in the way that you think. Maybe there are still some unhealed wounds that you have that are kind of sitting around and they're waiting for you to alchemize them and turn them into something that is going to help you evolve, or that is going to change the trajectory of your life. So, definitely a focus on mental health, abandonment wounds, any kind of old issues cropping up financially. I feel like those things need to kind of be put to rest if that is the case. Hold your vision, and your commitment is being tested. So there may be something that you're very much wanting to accomplish, and sometimes you may veer off, or you may get your eye off the ball. It's asking you to keep your eye on the ball. It's telling you that your commitment is being tested to, or in regards to whatever this thing is, whether it's music, whether it's this book you're writing, whether it's the gym, whatever it may be. It's telling you to keep doing it, continue to be consistent, or you're needing to practice some level of consistency in this thing that you want. um but you can't just like do it for a day and like you don't see results and so you fuck it off, or you know what I mean. So yeah, that's what I have for you. Thanks a lot, darling. Bad lady vet, what do I need to know? The King of Cups, the Star reversed, the Two of Swords reversed. There may be a decision that you're needing to make, or that somebody else makes. This can be a masculine energy in your life. So, that King of Cups, this can be like your therapist or your guy friend, somebody who is very kind, loving, will let you just kind of spill your guts, and they're willing to kind of hold that. And so, this may be somebody who shows up for you in some way to kind of walk you through some situation that you feel like you can't share with someone else, or maybe this is a connection that you have in your life. I know you like women, so I'm not saying it's like a love partner, but this can be somebody who is trying to heal something with you, a masculine energy in your life who feels like you can't avoid something anymore, or they can no longer avoid it. And so there needs to be some kind of level of honesty, or they're trying to kind of maybe let you share your peace of mind, or something like that. You have the Magician reversed, the Queen of Pentacles reversed, and the Eight of Wands reversed. I feel like there's a woman in your life or a feminine energy in your life who's maybe feeling a little insecure. It can feel like there are arguments or there's maybe some insecurities that are happening, maybe some manipulations, etc. So you can expect some kind of pushy conversations that maybe are on the edge of overly emotional in some way. However, this can also talk about your stability, needing to take care of yourself, needing to take initiative in your own life and to stop doubting yourself, either in regards to your health or your business or your work or whatever it is that you're needing to nurture and to take care of. It doesn't mean that you need to force it, but it does mean that you need to take one step at a time. The Queen of Pentacles is Capricorn energy, and Capricorn takes its time. Capricorn will take its time. It will watch everybody else walk up the hill or run up the hill, and it will observe how they've failed. And then finally, after they feel like there's everything that they needed to see, then they walk up the hill and make sure not to make those same mistakes. So try to take your time and be kind to yourself. Confidence is your key to success. And look at the bigger picture. So I feel like you may be getting lost in the details of something when you need to kind of take 10 steps back and look at something from a different angle. I feel like there may be some insecurities in regards to some kind of new beginning that you're wanting, but it's telling you just to maybe be a little delusional, or just kind of own it. Just kind of own it. And I feel like there's going to be something that comes in. I mean, it's interesting that this says full moon in Sagittarius. It's making me think of the new moon in Cancer just because of Jupiter and Jupiter ruling Sagittarius and this new moon in Cancer having Jupiter directly involved. So I feel like maybe something around a new beginning that you're having right now. I feel like it's going to be something bigger than what you think it is, but you're needing to gravitate or hold on to that confidence or create that level of confidence in order to see it through. Okay, let's see. Thanks, Bad Lady Vet. April, why does Y watch me but not talk to me? Will she ever? Let me see. They feel like they can't really handle this. Six of Cups reversed and the Two of Cups reversed. It can come from a lack of maturity. They can be, thinking about it a little immature. They could feel like this is a little chaotic, or they may be holding a bit of a grudge towards you for some reason. And so that can leave them feeling a little confused, like they're not really sure what to do. But for some reason, they seem to be thinking about some kind of negative experience that they've had with you in some way. Will she ever? The Five of Wands reversed, the Ace of Pentacles reversed. It almost feels like this person believes that if they were to engage with you, there would be some conflict or drama, or it would just lead to a missed opportunity, or maybe they're not really willing to do the work for some reason, or they feel like it's too much work. I'm not sure why they feel that way. Thank you, April. Candy apples. I am in love with my best guy friend, Libra. Will there be any chance to cross over into a romantic dating relationship? Let me see. I feel like this person isn't really going to, I don't feel like this is equal right now because I feel like they're focused on someone else from the past. Will there ever be a romantic relationship between these two? The King of Pentacles reversed. Ooh, yeah, I told you. There's something else going on there. King of Pentacles reversed, Three of Cups reversed. I feel like you guys could probably get together in some way, but I believe it would be for the wrong reasons. I think that this person would use you in some way. I'm sorry, I really hate to say that, but the King of Pentacles reverse is not somebody who is willing to commit. There's somebody who's not willing to provide. There's somebody who's willing to take advantage of another person in order to get their needs met in some way, shape, or form. Especially financially or status wise. And that Three of Cups reversed, you can guarantee that you're going to get yourself involved in a third party. I'm sorry, I know that sounded really shitty, but I just got to lay it to you straight. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, I'm hoping that that's not the case. Hey V, what should I know? You know, if you are, mm, like, dude, if you're, listen, if you're trying to force anything, like if you're trying to force a love connection or you're trying to force love in your life or you're looking to it for too much or maybe you're trying to force creativity or something like that, like try not to do the things that are going to drain the shit out of you. Try not to engage with people that may be draining your, not to sound dramatic, but your fucking life force. You know what I'm saying? Because they can be saying that there needs to be somebody or a way that, like, the best way I can put this, right? And this is a really bad example, okay? But like, I put out a lot of energy. I put out a lot of energy onto the internet. Behind the scenes, I'm always creating something. I'm recording something, whether it's a course or I'm creating poetry or I'm doing something. And while I love that, right? Sometimes I push myself too hard to the point where I get really tired and then I don't feel anything anymore. And then I really can't create anything. And sometimes I need some consumption. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I just need to scroll online. Sometimes I just need to let somebody else take care of me or pour into me or whatever. Right. So try not to force something or push yourself too hard, especially when it comes to your emotions or your level of creativity, because it will fucking drain you. And so allow yourself to consume a little bit. Allow yourself to, uh, let another person take care of you, or maybe, you watch a movie instead of creating or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm only using like a real life example from my life because I don't know what's going on in your life personally, but that's kind of like the vibe. You know what I mean? I feel like you're about to have a fucking crash out. Like, that 10 of swords and that knight of cups reverse. It's like it reminds me of somebody like just fucking losing it, like just an absolute crash out. I don't know if there's going to be like a betrayal or some kind of ending or something like that, but just a word of caution. I don't think it's anything you can necessarily prevent. I feel like it just is. And be careful of like burnout and stuff like that once again. Like be careful of trying to force something too much or prove something to someone or you know what I mean? Your advice, meditate and contemplate. You are good enough. So be cautious of once again, like trying to push yourself to prove something. Try to take some time out for yourself. This is a new moon in Pisces card. A new moon in Pisces. Pisces can be about creativity, but it can also be about focusing on your mental health and being alone. And so sometimes we're needing to do that. And so I feel like that's exactly what you need to do. I feel like you need to chill the fuck out. I feel like you need to chill out. You feel like you need to meditate and contemplate, but it's telling you that you are good enough. So there must be a reason why it's telling you that. And I feel like you probably already know the reason why. Thanks a lot, Faye. It's always nice to see you, baby. Lola. Anything that comes out related to Chad, Libra, and me, Pisces, okay? The Hierophant, the Devil, Hierophant reversed, the Devil, and the Two of Wands. What's the Two of Wands? The King of Swords reverse. Give me another one. The World reverse. There's definitely going to be some unfinished business between the two of you. If there's not any now, there certainly will be. I feel like there is anyway. But that Hierophant reverse, this is like, let me show you. This is a very stubborn energy. This is a my way or the highway. This is someone being very attached to their narrative, whether it's right or not, whether it's true or not. There can be some obsessions or addictions between one another. But to me, this is just a power struggle energy. This is very much who's on top, who has the power, who has the control, etc. And there's a decision that does need to be made. And I feel like somebody here, I feel like it's a masculine, is not being honest about their own personal truth. I feel like they're trying to gaslight the truth in one way or another. And it's due to some kind of unfinished business between you and them. The Fool reversed. So it's like this recklessness. It's this making decisions without any consideration for the other party, is kind of what that is. So it says bring love into the situation, new moon in Aquarius, and adjustments are required, third quarter moon. So, like, we're at the precipice here. Like, we're really pushing it. You know what I mean? I feel like if there's going to be any new beginning, you guys have to bring more compassion into the connection, or he does. But there's adjustments in the way that we're loving each other. You know, are you being loved the way that you need to be loved? Is he being loved the way that he needs to be loved? Well, something's not working. And unless both parties are willing to make those adjustments, if it's just one person, that one person is going to be carrying the entire weight of the relationship, and it's not going to work. So, I mean, it takes two to tango. But there needs to be, like, we're needing to think outside of our comfort zone. We're needing to think outside of the box in regards to this relationship if we want it to work, or in regards to this dynamic or whatever. But change is very much needed. We're at the tail end here with that third quarter moon energy, I feel. So it's like he or you, whoever, needs to shit or get off the pot, or it's just really not going to work. Okay. My brain is done. I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of losing my mind there. My brain is. All righty. Um. Oh, Nina, I'm sorry, baby. I understand. I'm sorry. Um. And you're welcome, Bryant, of course, anytime. I love you guys. I hope that you have a beautiful night. I haven't seen Tom tonight. Where is he? All right, you guys, I'm going to get out of here. I love you so much, Lori. Thank you. Complexity, Kinez, everybody. Thank you guys so much. And thank you to everybody that super chatted and that showed up. I will talk to you guys soon.